Be joining us in just a bit. Of course, our broadcast host is Roger Hoover. When you take a look at history and you go back to the 1920s, the last time Alabama was here, contrary to opinion, I was not part of the broadcast crew on that one. Stipe did produce it, but this is brand new, and it's special and exciting, just as, frankly, those neutral site games were for so many years. Tyler.
No, it's cool, and it's fun to walk around, and had a chance to visit with the color analyst for the Wisconsin radio network, and he was very impressed with the contingency, the fan base of Alabama that had traveled up to Madison to watch this game. That's something, obviously, not being driving distance, that he was a little shocked by. And I said, well, this is new. It's exactly what you just said. We've been everywhere, man. But we have not been to Camp Randall Stadium, and hopefully this is another feather in the cap for Alabama.
It's a long way from Alabama, but I think it also shows the reach and the range of the Bama faithful, because so many fans in the Northeast making their way Midwest as well, coming to this part of the country to see the team, which is, frankly, for many of them, closer than Tuscaloosa may be.
A lot of times it is. You are absolutely correct about that.
All right, so Alabama getting set to take on this Wisconsin team that comes in with a 2-0 record, as does the Crimson Tide. And granted, the 2-touchdown win over Western Michigan, the 2-score win over South Dakota may not jump off the page at people as being overly impressive, but solid programs. In fact, former Alabama analyst and player in Lance Taylor, the coach at Western Michigan. You got South Dakota, which historically has been a thorn in the side of a lot of teams over the years. Reputable. Wisconsin likely didn't show a lot in the playbook. That being said, many people feel like Alabama is the better team, and very hopeful we see the Week 1 version as opposed to the Week 2 version, at least for the first 3 quarters plus.
Well, I'd even take the Week 2 version in some instances where we were penalty free. I mean, there were still some explosive plays that got called back. Those are the things that Alabama has to focus on and concentrate on.
All right, the scouting report is presented by Homewood Suites by Hilton in downtown Tuscaloosa. Make yourself at home at Homewood Suites, conveniently located in downtown Tuscaloosa. Stay in comfort and enjoy the great options at the on-site 205 bar and restaurant. Homewood Suites Tuscaloosa, proud to be a preferred hotel partner of the Crimson Tide. Tyler, give us the scout on this one.
Well, as you would think with most Midwest teams, Wisconsin is big and they're physical. Unfortunately, they're a little slow of foot, so to speak. Phil Longo comes over from North Carolina 2 years ago trying to install his pass-happy offense. They've had to revert back, though, to running the football and trying to sustain the line of scrimmage. They feel that the path to victory for them is to be able to run the ball sustainable throughout 4 quarters. Question is, can Alabama stop that with 6 in the box?
Luke Fickle, as the head coach, has built a reputation in this league through his work on the defensive side over the years at Ohio State. But then he goes to create a name for himself at Cincinnati, historically a notch below Wisconsin. So he's been a part of great success at the top of the Big Ten. He has taken a step down and still earned a spot in the playoff or a major bowl game with Cincinnati, then gets an opportunity back in the Big Ten as a head coach, where kind of Wisconsin fits in the middle historically of Ohio State and Cincinnati, frankly much closer to Ohio State than with the Bearcat program. That all being said, the man knows how to coach, the man knows how to win no matter where he is. And this is a program that will take a little time to look the way he wants it to, but you can see they're making strides that direction.
Well, and personnel-wise, he has to get more in line with what he had at Cincinnati. If you'll recall, a couple years ago when we played them in the playoffs, had a couple of wide receivers that were tall, long, cornerbacks that were long. They don't really have that on this Wisconsin team. It's more of a traditional, we're still trying to find our identity on the offensive side. Defensively, we're just trying to hold and not break. So there's a lot of pieces that are still missing for Luke Fickle with this Wisconsin program.
All right, Tyler, we go from getting the scouting report to talking about the game plan in Alabama, where the game plan in our state is to find more foster parents and parents to adopt children in Alabama. For more information on how you can become a foster parent or adopt a kid who needs a good home, go to dhr.alabama.gov/adoption. What's that game plan for the Tide today?
Well, Alabama, it's about being physical on both sides of the line of scrimmage, exactly what Wisconsin wants to do as well. Can we stop their running attack? Can we make them one-dimensional? This is not a team that has a a lot of explosive playmakers on the perimeter. So by limiting their running attack, that allows you to be successful on the defensive side. And conversely, offensively, control the line of scrimmage, wear down this defense, keep them on the field. I think Alabama's going to have a great chance of controlling the clock today, controlling the line of scrimmage on both sides, and walking out of here with a win.
For those that are going, wait a minute, I thought Wisconsin was the big, more physical team up front. Give us your thought process.
I think they're susceptible at a couple of positions, and I think the way that we match up versus them, we're going to bring more talent, more speed, more size than what they have experienced the last couple of weeks. And you look back at the games versus Western Michigan and South Dakota, they were gashing this defensive front for Wisconsin on several occasions, having nice 10, 15, 20-yard runs. I think with these backs that Alabama brings to the table, we can turn those same runs into home runs.
We're going to talk about the starters in our next segment, but if indeed, as Coach DeBoer told us, Caden Proctor and Elijah Pritchett are able to go, how much does that change for Alabama, what they want to get done along the front?
I think the biggest thing is just, can you have consistency up front? That's what Alabama needs to build towards, and unfortunately sometimes injury prevents you from being able to do that. But they would love to settle in on a starting five that can learn to work together week in and week out. How does it change? I don't think it really changes your approach to the game at all. You want to be balanced. You want to be able to control the line of scrimmage, but at the same time, you have to take advantages, because safeties, some of Wisconsin's leading tacklers are in the secondary, which means they're having to come up and run support more than they probably want to. That's going to open up opportunities for these receivers to get some one-on-one shots.
And also, while you had three different starters a week ago from what you anticipated maybe coming to the stadium on week one, it impacts you in such a big way, really three positions, because while you've got a tremendous lineman in Tyler Booker, he's playing out of position, going to left tackle. Caden's not available. And obviously not having Elijah Pritchett available a lot of that game. And I say not available, that's not accurate. Coach chose to hold him until he felt like he couldn't anymore. And in a one-point game in the fourth quarter, if you're going to hold somebody and you're on the fence, you get off the fence in a hurry in that circumstance.
Well, and with Elijah Pritchett coming in the game, I think he only had 6 snaps, but we scored 21 points over those snaps, running behind him as well. And it wasn't necessarily what he was doing so much better than Will Conformity. It was the fact that he was not making mistakes that were bringing back long plays. All
right, so you did have some big plays, which to me, Alabama's explosiveness, whether it's the run game, whether it's the pass game, is something that's going to make this such a lethal team all season long. But what did you get out of this team getting it done in the fourth quarter the way they did and outscoring South Florida, taking a one-point game to a rout by outscoring them 28-3 in the final 10 and a half minutes?
I think the biggest thing is you have to love the composure of the fact that although the offense was really struggling, that defensive side was not going to give an inch. They figured out how to stop the quarterback on his little running attack. The defensive secondary was playing much better and shifting off and matching up on the coverages. And so it was a matter of complementary football, which is what every coaching staff wants. Is one side is struggling a little bit to get things done, get over themselves. The other side's picking them up until they can figure it out. So you love the focus that they were able to maintain, didn't get flustered, stuck with a plan, and were able to implement it and perform better in the fourth quarter.
Let's check out our starter watch. It's presented by Tito's Handmade Vodka, teaming up with the University of Alabama to donate 150 tickets to VetTix. That's an organization offering active service members and veterans tickets to this season's Alabama Crimson Tide home games. Tyler, who's the star that you're watching in this one?
Well, it's actually a 1-2 punch once again, and I love to go to the running backs with both Justice Haynes and Jam Miller, because I think both of them are going to have great success in the running attack today versus this Wisconsin defense. I think both of them are going to stand out as stars here today.
All right, so Alabama and Wisconsin set to kick things off about 35 minutes from right now. The Crimson Tide coming to Madison to take on the Badgers from the Big Ten. We'll continue with more, checking things out with our starting lineups and continuing on with our Everwood countdown to kickoff right after this on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Firing downfield, has a man, catch is made, touchdown Alabama. See the call as we make the call. Watch the Booth Cam, presented by Yay Alabama, for each and every Alabama football game. Streaming live on all CTSN social media platforms, you can get a front row seat to every touchdown and every great play reaction from Chris Stewart, Tyler Watts, and the entire Alabama radio crew. Watch on YouTube, Facebook, and X at UA_CTSN.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like, you know, to check that your seats aren't in the visitor section first before buying tickets.
I'm so excited for this game. I can't believe you got us tickets.
Me too. Wait, are we on the wrong side?
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds.
This is going to be a long game.
You're in good hands with Allstate.
Savings vary. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Your moment has arrived. It's time to shed the normal day-to-day version of yourself and let your most fabulous self loose. Make your way to Wind Creek Atmore, because whatever your idea of fabulous is, this is where you'll find it. Wind Creek Atmore. It's your kind of fabulous. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Today's highlight is brought to you by Toyota. At home or on the road, they're never the underdog. Toyota, let's go places. Get $2,000 in loyalty cash bonus on a new 2024 Toyota Tundra. Offer valid through September 30th, 2024. Offer entitles current Tundra customers to $2,000 loyalty cash bonus on the retail purchase or lease of any new 2024 Tundra gas or hybrid vehicle. Cash may be used only toward down payment or capitalized cost reduction on the new vehicle. See dealer for details.
The Lilly Company is your local supplier for Toyota and Clark Industrial Forklift trucks. With 6 locations in Alabama, the Lilly Company offers new, used, and rental equipment, as well as being an authorized parts and service dealer. More than just lift trucks, the Lilly Company is your one-stop shop when it comes to equipping your business or warehouse with the latest and most innovative material handling products and time-saving solutions. Check us out at LillyForklifts.com, proud partner of the Alabama Crimson Tide.
Gear up for game day with a hearty win from Jack's. Score big with our hand-breaded chicken fingers and mouth-watering fried chicken, served with scratch-made biscuits and a spread of tasty sides. Jack's Catering is perfect for feeding the whole crew while you cheer on your team. Whether it's a game watch or a gathering with your family, we've got the flavors that everyone loves. Visit us at eatatjacks.com or download the Jack's app to start your catering order today. Jack's, all about the South.
Camp Randall Stadium, the venerable home of the Wisconsin Badgers. They are in their bright red, Bama, the white uniforms, and of course the crimson helmets. A great road look for the Alabama Crimson Tide on the road for the first time with Kalen DeBoer as their head coach. The Badgers in their second season with Luke Fickle as the head man. Artificial surface here at Camp Randall as the two squads go through their warm-ups. A lot of traffic respectably away from the 50-yard line, but they are bunched across the 45 stretch there. And it's not like high school. It's not like a lot of other teams when they get around midfield where there seems to be a lot of chirping. It's just business, and both teams trying to get a lot of space for their respective offenses. Tyler, as a player, this part here, it's the very last part of your pregame warm-ups before you head into the locker room. Is it the most business-like you are in your mind in terms of the warm-ups, maybe of any point? A lot of emotion when you first come out of the locker room, and emotion when you're coming out to start the game. But this is just practice, isn't it, in your mind?
I think everyone is trying to get themselves mentally and physically at the best that they can possibly be today. So if you're not kind of feeling right, maybe the ball's not coming off your hand right, you're really working on that, working on your route techniques, defensive hand placement. That's the things that these guys are focused on right now, just making sure tip-top shape, ready to perform today.
All right, our starting lineups are presented by Transamerica, helping Tide fans create financial freedom so they can live their best life. All right, partner, we've got the starters. First of all, for Wisconsin and their quarterback, Tyler Van Dyke. He is a fifth-year senior. Started his career, though, down at Miami, was the ACC Freshman of the Year, had a great start to his collegiate career, and even throughout had some big moments, but trying in what is his final year of eligibility to lead Wisconsin to the top of the Big Ten.
Was actually a backup when Alabama played Miami in Arlington several years ago when we had that great football team. So he's
you're gonna have to narrow that down. Sorry, my bad. Just a little arrogance popping out from the Bama side. It's
Tyler
all right.
Van Dyke getting a new look, though, hoping to come up to Wisconsin to really be able to take his talents to the next level. But this offense really relies on the run so much. He can do some things out of play action. He can extend plays. Alabama has to be very aware of where he is in the pocket and try to disrupt him.
This is an offense that will have a single setback primarily. Towie Walker is a senior, but they've got a graduate player as well, and Ches Melusi, who may get the start in this one because Walker's a little bit questionable.
And they're more of a 1-2 punch as well. They want to be able to rotate. They don't have a true explosive running back in their backfield this season. You'll also see Cade Yakameli, who's kind of been more of an explosive guy in the first 2 weeks, but they need to be able to establish the running attack.
All right, from a wideout standpoint, who jumps off at you as being somebody that the Tide really needs to concern themselves
Probably
with?
Will Pauling and Vinny Anthony. They're kind of their two biggest playmakers. They love to try to cross field, get behind coverage. They try to catch you in zone, create some man-to-man mismatches that they can pick folks. But it all comes down to how much time does Tyler Van Dyke have to deliver the football.
That's a big offensive line, Tyler, going across from tackle to tackle. Nelson, Bruner, Renfro at center, Huber, and Mallman. And again, size, yes. Quickness will be interesting to watch as well.
And they actually do a really nice job in pass protection. The question is, can they open up some holes? There's been some penetration the first 2 weeks that they would love to clean up. Alabama needs to be able to take advantage of that.
They go with a couple of down linemen in Ben Barton and Kurt Neal listed as the starters. And then the linebacking core where they'll walk a guy or two up. Darrell Peterson on the outside is a fourth-year starter. On the inside, Jake Chaney and Jaheim Thomas. And then also on the outside, either Leon Lowry or John Pius. Tell me who concerns you there.
Kurt Neal up front probably is the guy that you got to keep an eye on. He has a way of wiggling his way in the backfield. And then Elijah Hills has 3 sacks on the season already. He's their sack leader. He's a disruptor who's a transfer in. He's a little undersized, but on third and long situations, he can be disruptive. In
the backfield, they've got Nazir Forkurian, who is at one corner. They also have the free safeties in Hunter Wohler and Preston Zachman, and then their nickel back is Max Lofi. So, again, Bama is going to test them because we know that while he's improved in all facets of the passing game, Jalen Milroe still loves to throw the home run ball, and he's got some serious targets deep.
These safeties potentially could be put in a bind today because do they come up and run support if they're not able to stop the run at the line of scrimmage? They are their leading tacklers from that safety position versus being conscious of where Ryan Williams and these receivers are. Do they need to be out and helping in the passing attack? So they are really in a bind today.
Those are your starters for offense and defense for Wisconsin, projected starters in this one. Quickly, we'll go with the Bama offense. We've talked Jalen Milroe, Jam Miller, or Justice Haynes there in the backfield, interchangeable. The wideouts, that group getting deeper and deeper in terms of their production every week until you lose a guy like Cole Adams around the 5-yard line of a game last week. Hurts the elbow. He's likely not, he's not going to play today. But you've still got a lot of weapons available, including the true freshman in Ryan Williams.
Ryan Williams, who can absolutely take the top off of any defense, and then the kind of the elevation of Jeremy Burton last week, who had 5 or 7 catches on the day. He's now becoming more instrumental in the passing game as well. You know, Kendrick Law was the guy that's kind of remained silent. Is this the day that we can exploit his speed, especially on the perimeter versus this defense?
Tight end, C.J. Dupree, Robbie Utes, just a couple of the options there. guys that can catch the football, but also add to an offensive line that, as we talked about earlier, is expected to have Caden Proctor at left tackle, Tyler Booker at left guard, Parker Brailsford at center, with Jaden Roberts at right guard, and Elijah Pritchett at right tackle. That is the most veteran group that Coach DeBoer can go with, and one that we're hopeful will have fewer penalties, protect at a very high rate as well.
And move the line of scrimmage and make sure no penetration comes up the middle. That's where Wisconsin really exploits offensive lines, is penetration up the middle, which absolutely destroys an offensive play.
The defense has been a pleasant surprise for the Crimson Tide. Jamarian Latham, LT Overton at the Bandit. Also the nose tackle. You'll have Tim Keenan III, the reigning SEC Defensive Player of the Week. Tim Smith at defensive tackle, or Jaheim Otis there as well. But also at the Wolf, you got Quay Russaw and Q Robinson that we'll talk a lot about, in addition to two other linebackers in Deontay Lawson and Jahad Campbell.
And I think up front is really Wisconsin's biggest concern. Can they block us straight up, that this big offensive or defensive line rather that does such a good job of messing with linemen, being able to get around them, mess up pullers and things of that nature, which Wisconsin loves to do.
Wasn't listed as a starter, but was the top tackler for Alabama when he was ejected for the game for targeting a tough call on Justin Jefferson. Missed the rest of the second half a week ago and is out for the first half today. What does that loss do?
Well, what does it do? It elevates the next guy. Is that Q Robinson? Is that Quay Russaw? One of those guys has got to step into that role that Justin Jefferson vacated here for the first half. He did such a nice job, the leading tackler, as you mentioned, but flying around the football, he's a guy that they really love how he has progressed through the season. Someone's going to have to fill his shoes.
Damani Jackson, Xavier Brown, the corners, Keon Sabat, free safety, with strong safety Malachi Moore, and Devontae Smith at the Husky position. One other place I think we'll be watching is in special teams, and while Jalen Mbakwe is going to get a lot of time in the secondary, how he steps up and handles the punt return role in the absence of Cole Adams could be huge today. He was really good and explosive in the fourth quarter, which set the stage for Alabama's, I will say, pull-away touchdown in that contest.
Well, and when you know you are the guy leading into the week of practice and preparation, that really gets you mentally focused on your job. So I'm sure he's taking extra receivers there off of the punt, making sure that he's ready to go today.
Those are your starting lineups, again, presented by Transamerica. We're under 20 minutes to kick off. It's presented by Beatbox, bursting with delicious flavors, gluten-free, low sugar, and resealable. Look for it in stores across the Southeast for your next tailgate today. When we come back, it will be the kickoff between Alabama and Wisconsin as we wrap up the Everwood countdown to kickoff. Everwood, the official treated lumber of Alabama athletics. Everwood, wood treated right. We're back to start it between Bama and the Badgers after this on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
This has been the Everwood Countdown to Kickoff Show. Everwood, the official treated lumber of Alabama athletics. Wood treated right. Alabama football is also brought to you by SeatGeek. Find tickets to Crimson Tide games and more. SeatGeek. And by Guthrie's, the original chicken finger restaurant, and now an official partner of the Crimson Tide. Let's go! Here we go. Kickoff is coming up next on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you're planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Your moment has arrived. It's time to shed the normal day-to-day version of yourself and let your most fabulous self loose. Make your way to Wind Creek Wetumpka, because whatever your idea of fabulous is, this is where you'll find it. Wind Creek Wetumpka. It's your kind of fabulous. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
I'm Cole Adams, And I'm Jeremy Bernard. We are all excited to enjoy the energy of Bryant-Denny Stadium this fall, but viruses that cause respiratory diseases are still prevalent in our communities.
Vaccination against these viruses is very important for everyone, and especially for those who are at a higher risk of developing serious complications, including older Americans and those with certain medical conditions.
For more information, visit alabamapublichealth.gov/IMM today.
Stay safe and roll Tide.
Don't let a bulky glass bottle hold you back from celebrating the Crimson Tide's roll toward another championship season. For the first time ever, the Go Anywhere, Do Anything premium wine, Copa Divino, and new proud sponsor of Alabama Athletics, is available at Bryant-Denny Stadium as well as a retailer near you. Copa is the unbreakable single cup of wine, and its spill-resistant resealable top is perfect for your watch party, tailgate, backyard barbecue, or away game road trips, no matter how wild. With 7 different wines to choose from, there's a Copa Divino just for you and all of your rowdy friends.
Domino's delivers game days across Tuscaloosa and the surrounding area. Locally owned and operated in Tuscaloosa for over 30 years, the team at Domino's is proud to be a supporter of Alabama football and athletics across the capstone. Domino's would like to thank our customers for supporting our local business for over 30 years. Make Domino's your choice on game days year-round and enter our weekly Drive for Dough contest this football season. Domino's is proud to deliver your Alabama Crimson Tide game days anytime. Visit RollDomino's.com. Thanks from Domino's and Roll Tide.
At the Crimson Tide Sports Network, when we have short-term or long-term storage needs, we always call on the storage unit professionals at Big Sky Self-Storage to help us out. The staff at Big Sky Self-Storage is kind, courteous, and helpful. Plus, their storage properties are clean, well-lit, and easy to get to, like their drive-up units at 3208 Rice Mine Road Northeast in Tuscaloosa. For fast, dependable, and affordable storage, call on the experts at Big Sky Self-Storage, proud partner of the Crimson Tide.
When the college football experts and prognosticators first weighed in on Coach Kalen DeBoer's first Crimson Tide football team, the usual array of questions was asked. How would quarterback Jalen Milroe adapt to the new offensive system?
Quarterback keep right side. Milroe cuts it back now, cuts to the edge. He's at the 5. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Alabama.
Milroe keeps it himself. Milroe inside the 10. Milroe dives. Did he get in? He did. Touchdown, Alabama, and the Tide rolls. And how about those young wide receivers and running backs?
Wide open. Catches made. 40, 30, 20, 10. Touchdown, Alabama. The deuce got loose for the first time in a Bama uniform. Haynes in a foot race. Haynes beyond midfield. Haynes still turning. 10-5. Touchdown. Justice served. 85 yards.
And what would this new era of Alabama football look like on the defensive side of the ball?
Steps, looks, fires, picked off again. Keon Sabb, his second interception. Snaps his hands, gets the snap, and then gets to eat the turf. Quay Robinson, the Wolf, eating early, looking, firing across the middle, incomplete, and Alabama will take over on downs.
Well, so far, check, check, and double check as the Tide stands at 2-0. Although questions do remain after yet another rough and rocky ride, compliments of the South Florida Bulls.
Crimson Tide, this time of Coach Kalen DeBoer, able to walk off the field at Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium with a 42-16 victory.
But now, as also predicted, the level of competition begins to rise as this Crimson Tide team gets its first taste of life on the road, this time in one of college football's toughest venues. More than likely, a rude welcome awaits. In fact, for the opposition, Camp Randall can sometimes feel like a house of pain. One thing's for sure, the joint will be jumping, literally and figuratively. Bama and the Badgers jumping around from venerable Camp Randall next.
Here we go.
It's time for Alabama Crimson Tide football on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield. Here we go! Crimson Tide football is brought to you by Coke Zero Sugar. Tackle game day with a great taste of Coke Zero Sugar. Is it the best Coke ever? Try and decide. Golden Flake, the official potato chip of the Alabama Crimson Tide. Allstate, you're in good hands. Bud Light, proud sponsor of Alabama athletics. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Cadence Bank, your team, your cadence. Chick-fil-A, order online with the Chick-fil-A app to cater your next tailgate party. Barkley GMC, Barkley Buick GMC, where Barkley makes it easy. Duffery's, the original chicken finger restaurant, and now an official partner of the Crimson Tide. Ford, visit your local Ford dealer, proud sponsor of the Crimson Tide. Hellman's, the official mayonnaise of Alabama athletics. And by Toyota, visit your local Toyota dealership today. Toyota, let's go places. Now, here's the voice of the Crimson Tide, Chris Stewart.
Welcome, everybody, to Madison, Wisconsin. Absolutely beautiful. 74 degrees, a few clouds, but bright sunshine and a wonderful setting for this matchup between the Alabama Crimson Tide and the Badgers of Wisconsin. Coach Kalen DeBoer's first Alabama squad, ranked number 4 in the nation as we go into week number 3. The Badgers unranked, but also unbeaten as they sit at 2-0. Great to have you with us as we send it down to the field and we pick up the playing of our national anthem.
So a flyover of 2 F-35 jets from the 115th Fighter Wing based here in Madison, Wisconsin. We urge you to join in singing.
A beautiful rendition of our national anthem by the University of Wisconsin Marching Band. And as you can tell, it sounded impressive because of the way the structure is set up and the location of our Yay Alabama broadcast booth. The Wisconsin Air National Guard's 2 F-35s could be heard but not seen. It's probably pretty good, taking on the enemy as well. But a beautiful setting here for this ball game and a lot of excitement, Tyler Watts, on this matchup between the Tide and the Badgers.
Yeah, we've talked about it over and over about just a new venue and a new opportunity for this young Alabama football team to go on the road and see what they can do. It's a hostile environment, got a stripe out going on where the sections are either all red or all white. Feels very much at home, doesn't it?
It does. Indeed, and hopefully as we check in for the first time with our Cooks Pest Control sideline reporter, Damian Square, hopefully it's going to feel at home, partner, down on that Bama sideline.
Oh, yeah, it's a great day to be in Madison. I just talked to one of the locals, and he said I brought the weather with me, so obviously 75 degrees is not a great day for them, and hopefully we keep it that way. But the Tide is rolling today, man. They got a good group with them. They got an O-line that's put together, and these guys are ready to play football.
They are indeed, as again, the field conditions we gave you earlier, presented by Alpha Insurance, auto, home, life, business. Alpha Insurance covers it all. AlphaInsurance.com. While we've got a moment, why don't we pause 10 seconds so our local stations can identify themselves to you. Welcome to the Crimson Tide Sports Network. Still awaiting the arrival of the captains from the University of Alabama and the University of Wisconsin here in Madison, as the Badgers are just about set to come out of the tunnel to our left, and the Tide will roll out of the visitors' tunnel to our right in a matter of a few moments. Tyler Watts, these final few moments before we get things going. Calm, cool, collected. That's the head coach of the Crimson Tide, Kalen DeBoer. I got a feeling there's a lot of excitement, though, for this particular matchup. The first road game for Alabama, and also in a great venue.
You are doggone right. And this is the time in just experience and practices where the players are really starting to get together, get each other fired up. I'm sure that there's at least one person, probably Tyler Booker, in that locker room right now, making sure his guys are ready to go when they run out of that tunnel.
Big day, Wisconsin. Not only Alabama here for the first time since the 1920s, but also 25-year anniversary of Ron Dane winning the Heisman Trophy. He will be recognized at the end of the first quarter down on the field as well. So a lot of excitement, pageantry surrounding this particular ball game, which gives them an opportunity, Tyler, to be mentioned in a vein that they haven't been all year, and that is top 25 if the Badgers could come up with a win.
They would love to be able to compete against Alabama to prove that they belong in that top 25, top 15, and that they can compete with anyone, not only in their conference, but across the country.
And at the same time, Alabama ready to make a move up as well if they can win a game like this on the road, depending, of course, what happens around the nation. But I think it would draw a lot of attention if Alabama were indeed able to pick up a victory here today. It's the early game. It is the big noon kickoff, as they call it in the Eastern time zone on Fox, but 11 o'clock locally, or 11:10, as will be the case here locally for this matchup between Bama and the Badgers. Big Al stretching down around the 3-yard line to our right, making sure that Al's ready to roll along with the rest of the Tide. It's difficult to say how many Bama fans we've got right now because everybody's on their feet. Everybody is wearing either crimson or white in the stands, or red and white, excuse me, because it is the Badgers' home game. And they've got what they're calling a stripe out with the colors by section, red and white on the two sidelines, and it's a mix around the corners. The students are all wearing white in the end zone to our left, where the Badgers will be running out onto the field in a matter of a few moments. But again, there's a ton of Alabama fans in town. We know from the roll tides that we have received in the last couple of days since we arrived as well. Badgers being shown, making their way through the tunnel. Video very similar to what we have in Tuscaloosa just prior to the arrival of the Tide taking the field in front of the home folks. Tunnel not as wide here at Camp Randall. Luke Fickle in front of his team as they will make their way onto the field, led by their cheerleaders, spelling out Wisconsin with a red flag with white lettering, and here indeed come the home team. The Badgers, that big W on the white helmets in red jerseys, white pants. Alabama's captains slowly making their way out onto the field. Malachi Moore, Tyler Booker, also Deontay Lawson, and Jalen Milroe. And now here comes Coach Kalen DeBoer leading his Crimson Tide out onto the field. Tyler, it has been special over the years to see the Tide quiet a large, loud home crowd. And very hopeful we'll be able to do the same here today.
Yeah, and any indication there, Caden Proctor led the team out of the locker room once the captains had gone over to the respective sidelines. So I know that that young man is ready to go today, and hopefully the energy that he brings will set the tone to do exactly what you just said, quiet this crowd.
The pyrotechnics that they've used have certainly fogged up the place. And then some. Captains are down on the field, and the coin toss for our ball game is brought to you by Cook's Pest Control sideline reporter Damian Square. The toss presented by Barkley GMC, the best place to buy a vehicle in Tuscaloosa, and proud sponsors of the Crimson Tide. Visit barkleygmc.com today. Barkley makes it easy.
Alabama as visitors, you'll call the toss. I'll have you give me your call before we flip the coin. You repeat his call. This is the coin. The zebra head is the head, and the backside's the tail. What's your call? He's called tails. We'll let it hit the ground. It is a tail. Alabama has won the toss. And Alabama won the toss, deferred their choice to the second half. Wisconsin, you'll receive. Which goal you want to kick from? Put your backs to the goal. To start the game, Wisconsin will receive at the north goal. Good luck, gentlemen.
The north goal being the one to our left, as Ron Snodgrass, our lead official for today's game, shared all of that information with you. We've done a lot of talking over 3+ hours. Now we're just set to get things going down on the field again. Damian Square, a lot of juice, a lot of electricity for this team as they're getting ready to take on the Badgers.
Yeah, absolutely, man. These guys have been locked down in Tuscaloosa during camp. They played their first 2 weeks at home, man. These guys are excited to travel, man. I know these guys are ready to come out the gate fast. Like I said, they got the right guys in the right place. Now let's see what happens.
I got a feeling I know what'll happen with that guy that had on that good-looking red houndstooth sport coat earlier for Big Noon Kickoff for Fox, talking about Mark Ingram. I got a feeling he's made his way over to the Bama sideline, or will rapidly, before he has to be back on air at halftime. But Vinny Anthony II is the deep man for the Badgers. Connor Talty sets kickoff for Alabama, and he's been tremendous in kickoff.
Alabama
roles.
number 3 is playing as number 10.
Our kickoff presented by Coke Zero Sugar. Tackle game day with a great taste of Coke Zero Sugar. Is it the best Coke ever? Try and decide. Connor Talty has been given the go-ahead from the official. Raises his right hand, now his left, strides towards the football, boots it away. It'll be a high, short kick fielded at the 5-yard line by Anthony, who gets to the 20, eludes a tackler at the 23, and gets up to the 25, where the Badgers will begin 1st and 10 to begin their initial drive of the ball game. So the Badgers get it first. And again, it will be right on the stripe of the 25, where it would have been if they had just taken a fair catch. Again, the quarterback is Tyler Van Dyke, 17 of 27 last week for 214 yards and a score in their victory over South Dakota. From the pistol formation, he will dump it off to his running back, and making the catch and not getting back to the line of scrimmage, Ches Malusi, the senior, who's a transfer from Clemson. He's a 6th-year player, but Keon Sabb, the Michigan transfer for the Crimson Tide, was able to step up and apply the hit for a loss of about a foot. 2nd and 11, we'll call it, from just across the 24. Again, the pistol formation with Malusi in the backfield to the right of Van Dyke, who sends him left in motion before he gets the snap, throws it across the middle, pass deflected, and was it caught? I believe it was. It'll be a first down as Will Pauling, the fourth-year junior, a transfer from Cincinnati, makes the catch. A nice adjustment for 11 yards, and that'll move the chains for the Badgers.
Wisconsin loves to bunch the receivers and then cross at the line of scrimmage, trying to disorient the secondary for Alabama.
From their own 36-yard line, a 1st and 10 for Wisconsin, facing a 4-man Bama front. They will go with a handoff or a fake of it and keeping it himself and picking up good yardage. A first down before sliding down. Tyler Van Dyke picking up about 13 yards on that play, 12 officially, says Butch Owens, and that's what I call official. They'll spot it now at the 45 as the Badgers get back-to-back first down plays. They'll have 2 wideouts to each side, a single setback to the right of Van Dyke. Again, a 4-man front for the Crimson Tide. Van Dyke getting the shotgun snap, looking, shoveling it forward. Catch is made, a gain of a couple as Malusi was there to bail him out. That's pretty quick thinking, Tyler, on the part of the QB.
It was. A good pressure by the defensive front. Only a 4-man rush, but they were able to make Van Dyke get off balance and just shuffle the ball for a very short gain. Deontay Lawson doing a good job keeping Malusi in front of him and making the open field tackle.
I misspoke. They said that the slide on the previous play only resulted in a 9-yard pickup, so that little shuffle pass of 3 yards is plenty now for a first down. So a new set of downs here. It wasn't on the previous play. 3 wideouts left. That's the direction they'll look, but they'll swing it to a man out of the backfield. Malusi gets spun around by Malachi Moore. No gain on the play. In fact, he may have lost a half yard.
Malachi Moore doing a good job from that safety position of rallying up, recognizing right now everything Wisconsin is doing outside of the one pass to Pauling has been at the line of scrimmage or behind.
2nd and 11 upcoming, the line of scrimmage, the 46, we'll call it. Man in the backfield is Tawee Walker. He has checked in for the first time. Now he will stay to the left of the quarterback, Van Dyke. Van Dyke taking a long time to get the snap. Finally does with 4 on the play clock. Looks to his right, catching the ball around midfield and then losing a yard on the play. Will actually be Vinny Anthony II. No, it's Will Pauling, I believe, number 6. Those jerseys kind of bunched up, and it's tough to tell, but it is 6 Will Pauling who makes the grab for a gain of a couple. But it's 3rd and long, the first 3rd down upcoming for the Badgers. 3rd, and we'll call it 7. Single set back to the right of Van Dyke. He'll now step up to the line of scrimmage, look to the sideline to get the play. Walker is the single setback to his right as he gets everybody in formation. 3 wideouts left, 1 right. Van Dyke looking, rolling to his right, directing traffic, looking for a block. Instead, he's going to be run out of bounds, and we've got flags down in the secondary. They're going to call something in the Bama secondary, and let's see who it will be on. The way the reaction is taking place, it'll be a hold on the Crimson Tide, which would move the chains again.
Holding, defense, number 1, 10-yard penalty from the end of the play, automatic first down.
Damian Square, what'd you see?
The play got a little extended. Number 1 was in great coverage to start off the down, but the quarterback kind of extended the play. He kind of got his feet from under him, and the receiver separated from him, so he got a pass interference call.
Damani Jackson, by the way, was number 1
That's tough for a secondary to hold it that long. Keanu Coote, who got the start there at the left tackle or left end position, when he ducked underneath, that vacated the entire right side of the Alabama defense and allowed Van Dyke to get outside.
Timeout on the field. We'll take the break as well. 11:01 to go first quarter. No score. Alabama and Wisconsin on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Some days you hit snooze, but not today. Today you have to go on a run to get burgers for the tailgate. You've got to haul something heavy, a cooler stocked with Bud Light. And you've got beer and football, nothing is hard. Until the other team scores. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. 21 plus, copyright 2024, Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
They
favorite jeans, favorite shirt. Yakinick sausage and I'm firing it up. Yeah, everybody knows that's how I get my grill on. You can smell that flavor up and down the road. It's a little taste of heaven, and everybody knows that's how I get my grill on. Kanaka sausage. It's just a little taste of heaven.
When the game is on the line, you want someone you can count on. At Alabama Power, we believe in consistency and having each other's back. It's our game plan to safely deliver the electricity you depend on. We give 100% to achieve 99.9% reliability. Learn how we power a better Alabama at alabamapower.com/reliable. Alabama Power is a proud supporter of the Alabama Crimson Tide.
$11 minutes, 1 second left to go in the first quarter from Madison. No score between Alabama and Wisconsin. This game brought to you by Everwood, the official treated lumber of Alabama athletics. Everwood, wood treated right. We continue from inside the Alabama Credit Union broadcast booth where you can feel good about your money. And right now we'll head down to our Cooks Pest Control sideline reporter Damian Square. As Damian, we saw Tyler Van Dyke, quarterback for the Badgers, shaking up on that last play.
Yeah, he extended the play up the right sideline right at the end of the play. It looked like somebody tripped him up right before going out of bounds. He tried to get up, then he went back down to the ground. It seems to be a lower body injury.
Third-year player in Braden Locke will take over at quarterback. He's a Texas native who was at Mississippi State before transferring here to Madison. 6 feet 205, and again a redshirt sophomore. He is the quarterback operating out of the shotgun formation. He's got a single setback to his right. Two wideouts right, tight end left. They shift a wideout to the left side in motion. The play action play, the look on the slant across the middle, it was almost intercepted. It was a terrible pass that was closer to the Bama DB than it was to the intended wide receiver in Vinny Anthony II. But Malachi Moore, despite a good effort, had no chance at that one either.
Yeah, it was pressure right up the middle, and as a result, Locke really couldn't step into that throw.
They have taken the starter, Tyler Van Dyke, toward the locker room on a cart right now as the man of the moment, Braden Locke, will now get ready for a second down and 10 from the 35-yard line of Alabama. Walker is the single setback to his left, again with four wideouts available. He'll go with a shuffle pass, and the shuffle gets snuffed out. Bama's big bears down front able to wrap him up, as making the stop was LT Overton, number 22. He had some help there as well, though, Tyler.
Great job of that defensive front, though, really disrupted things. That's really only the second or third run attempt that Wisconsin has had here early in the first quarter. Big down, if you can get a stop, you can force a punt.
Little shuffle right there, does not get a yard. In fact, it's the line of scrimmage, 3rd and 10 with 5 wideouts available. They will bring one of those to the backfield, though, in Walker. The quarterback, Locke, waiting on the snap, gets it. Scrambling to his right, stops, fires, almost picked off. A great play to break it up on the part of Alabama's Keon Sabb, but he almost had his 3rd pick of the year.
Oh, and that ball was right in his arms, too. He read the little square in, was able to step in front of it, and it hit him square in the shoulder pads and unfortunately bounced to the ground.
Bryson Green was the intended receiver, as Nathaniel Vakos will come on to try the field goal, and it is a lengthy one. It'll be a 53-yard try from the near hash. Vakos waiting. The kick is up. It's got a ton of leg. Is it good? It is. Wow. 53 yards out, and it was more than halfway up the uprights as it went into the netting. So he boots it through, and the Badgers get 3 on their first drive of the ball game. Timeout on the field, 9:51 to go in quarter number 1. 3-0 Wisconsin leading here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Hey, Alabama fans! With 15 stores across Alabama and more on the way, Shoe Station is your family's one-stop shop for the footwear brands you know and love. Head into any Shoe Station store and explore our selection of over 30,000 pairs of shoes from top brands like Nike, Hey Dude, Crocs, and so much more. No matter the occasion, Shoe Station has something for everyone. So why wait? Visit Shoe Station today to find your perfect fit.
Big Al, Rammer Jammer, and the $1 Million Band. This is Alabama Crimson Tide football from Learfield.
Barkley makes it easy. Get ready to rev up your engines and feel the excitement at Barkley Buick GMC Cadillac. We've got the perfect ride to match your style and adventure. Visit us at our showroom at Skyland Boulevard and let our friendly team help you find the vehicle of your dreams. Barkley Buick GMC Cadillac, where hometown pride and unbeatable deals collide. Drive with passion with Barkley. Visit us today or check us out online at barkleygmc.com. Barkley makes it easy.
Hey Bama fans, each Tuesday and Thursday at 2 p.m. Central, join us live for Crimson Drive, driven by NASCAR. This live streaming talk show features the latest on Alabama athletics with exclusive conversations with Tide student athletes, coaches, and media members giving their perspective on the Crimson Tide. You can watch on YouTube, Facebook, and X, with all conversations archived as well on the Alabama Insider podcast. Roll Tide with Crimson Drive, driven by NASCAR. Nathaniel Vakos with a 53-yard field goal for Wisconsin has given the Badgers a 3-0 lead over the Crimson Tide with 9:51 remaining in the first quarter. Again, we're keeping an eye on Wisconsin quarterback Tyler Van Dyke. He was just carted to the locker room a moment ago. Every injury timeout brought to you by Andrews Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Center, the official sports medicine provider for the Alabama Crimson Tide football team. Wisconsin with an early field goal. Tyler, what can we expect from the Crimson Tide on offense to start this game?
Well, we must have a fast start, especially in response to the drive that Wisconsin just put together. Can we control the line of scrimmage, be balanced offensively? We'd love to see an explosive play here as well. But the biggest thing with this Alabama offense, got to be productive on first down. Can't play behind the sticks.
Has not been a rapid start offensively in the first 2 weeks for Alabama, although the end result has seen Bama put up a collective 100 points in their first two games, north of 100, as the Tide is 2-0 with victories already on the year over Western Kentucky, 63-0 and 42-16 against South Florida. Gavin Lamb will kick things off. Kendrick Law deep for the Crimson Tide. He is all alone standing at the goal line as the Wisconsin former walk-on will boot things towards the end zone and will sail into it and through for the touchback. Bama will have it 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line, and a chance to see Jalen Milroe and company, the fourth-year junior from Katy, Texas, played at Tompkins High School, trying to help Alabama get to a 3-0 start to begin the Kalen DeBoer era at the University of Alabama. We'll start off with two wideouts in tight right, and joining them on that far side to give a third wideout will be Ryan Williams. From the pistol formation, they'll swing it out. Catch is made. Justice Haynes making the grab, pulling his way forward, getting near the 35-yard line. If they give him the 35, that'll be a first down.
And absolutely ran over a secondary guy for Wisconsin.
They are going to move the sticks, and that'll be a first down. It's brought to you by ATIX. Let ATIX be your ticket connection to all Alabama football games. ATIX is the ticket. Bama swings it out quickly to Ryan Williams. Nothing to gain there. In fact, may have lost a yard as Bama tried to set things up with a little bubble screen to the left side of the formation. Darrell Peterson, the outside linebacker, over there to make the stop for a loss of 1.
Well, and the quick hitters into the boundary have got to be accurate. That ball was thrown the backside shoulder instead of the front, which forced Ryan Williams to hesitate.
Three wide outs left side now, as going in motion behind the backfield will be Bernard. Bama with plenty of time. Milroe looking, fires it outside. Catch is made breaking one tackle, a second, pulling his way forward. What a play. Emmanuel Henderson Jr. was the man who went to the right side. Could have made a sandwich out there as he was waiting on it. I said Bernard, but it was Henderson who went to that side of the formation and showed some tough running after the fact for another big gain, 9.5 yards on that pickup. They'll go on the handoff. Bama will right up the gut. Haynes fighting forward, and there's no answer right there early by Wisconsin's defense for what Bama's doing. 11 yards on the pickup, and that is a bank first down for Alabama. The Crimson Tide moving the sticks rapidly. 3 wideouts left, including Haynes, who is wide to the near side of the field. 2 are to the right side of the formation where the Bama sideline is. Here is Bama's quarterback looking deep, and there's going to be a flag coming in, isn't there? No, they say it was incidental contact that tripped up Emmanuel Henderson Jr. Jalen Milroe's deep ball there hits the turf, incomplete. In Wisconsin, fortunate that no flags came in on that play. Now it's 2nd and 10 for the Tide. Jam Miller comes in to replace Haynes. They'll spot the football between the hashes now, so Alabama will shift. Parker Brailsford moving a couple of yards to his left. Kendrick Law, Ryan Williams, Jeremy Bernard all split wide left. That's the direction initially Milroe looked, but he tucked it. He ran. He got a first down and more inside the 35, down to about the 33-yard line. 13 yards on the pickup. Another bank first down. They'll give him the Wisconsin 32.
Well, the linebackers of this Wisconsin group are not the strength of this defensive unit, and we're able to get a hat on the hat up front and create space with the lead blocker of Jam Miller.
Cuevas, the tight end, split to the left. That gives Bama 4 men to that side of the formation. Now Cuevas will shift to the right side as an H-back. Single set back to the right. Bama goes quarterback run to the right side, but nowhere to go for Milroe as Bama couldn't get the blockers there, and a nice quick read on the part of the defense for Wisconsin. As coming up and making a play is Tackett Curtis. He's a transfer from USC.
Well, and Jalen Milroe's helmet came off, so now Ty Simpson will have to check in on this 2nd down and long.
It did, and he will, and Simpson for a play will be out there. He's 5 of 9 on the year for 66 yards. Coming in at a 2nd down and 9 situation. 3 wideouts left. The running back, Miller, is to his right. The handoff will go to Miller. He will work his way forward, pushing the pile inside the 30 to about the 27-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 5 up there as Jaheim Thomas, the inside linebacker, made the stop. Here's Milroe back in for Alabama as they'll spot him back at the 28-yard line, and it'll be 3rd down and a long 5 from there. Bama converting on its only 3rd down so far. 3 wides left, tight end to the right, and now shifting to the right is Kendrick Law as well. The wide out going to that side. Milroe with pressure coming up the middle, has time, fires left side, incomplete. He wanted to connect with Bernard. It was way over his head. It's incomplete, and it'll be 4th down, and Alabama will have to try a field goal. Ricardo Hillman in coverage of Bernard there, but that one was well beyond Jeremy's reach. And now we'll have a 46-yard field goal try upcoming for the Crimson Tide, as we'll see Graham Nicholson on to try from the hold of James Burnap. The snap upcoming from Nealon Hibbett. Not quite the middle of the field, but close. Trying to tie it up. Snap and spot are good. The kick is up, and the kick is wide right. So the first miss of the year from Nicholson on the first field goal try. He had been 13 of 13 for the year on PATs, but his first field goal attempt sails wide right, and we've got a timeout on the field. 5:53 to go. Bama gets turned away without points. It's still 3-0 Wisconsin here on the Crimson Tide Network from Learfield.
At Red Diamond, we know that there's simply nothing better than the perfect sip of fresh brewed iced tea. And we've been working hard to make sure choosing Red Diamond is always easy, with only simple ingredients: water, tea leaves, and pure cane sugar, or no sugar. We make sure our tea tastes like, well, tea. Stop by your local cooler and pick up a gallon for a perfect sip today. Red Diamond. Perfect's not easy.
Your moment has arrived. It's time to shed the normal day-to-day version of yourself and let your most fabulous self loose. Make your way to Wind Creek Atmore, because whatever your idea of fabulous is, this is where you'll find it. Wind Creek Atmore. It's your kind of fabulous. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Okay, I'm not usually one to exaggerate, but you need to drop everything and get to Kohl's because they have so many ways to save right now. I just shopped their customer appreciation event, and not only did I get great deals on a bunch of fall styles, I also got 30% off because I'm a Kohl's card holder. Or if you're a rewards member, you get 20% off. Even non-members can save with 15% off. Plus, you can earn Kohl's cash too. So what are you waiting for? Hurry to Kohl's and thank me later. Offers end September 22nd. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
3-0 Wisconsin leads Alabama with 5:53 remaining in the first quarter. No one gets you closer to the game than SiriusXM SEC Radio. Tune in for news, talk, and analysis from the offseason through the regular season and into the postseason. We've got your team covered anywhere you go. Get a free trial at SiriusXM.com/SEC Radio 2024. Damian Square is our Cook's Pest Control sideline reporter. Cook's Pest Control, the South's most trusted name in pest control and a proud sponsor of Alabama football. Damian, the Crimson Tide defense last drive for Wisconsin held the Badgers out of the end zone, forced them to kick a field goal. What do you want to see here from Alabama's defense?
Hopefully we can keep them off the board completely. The first drive was a good drive. Of course, we had an injury to the quarterback, so hopefully that'll slow down Wisconsin in this game. But it was a good series for our defense. Hopefully they can keep it up.
Well, you think about it, once again, the drive for Wisconsin on its opener was extended by a penalty. 2 penalties, in fact, on that drive. So these are things that the Alabama defense make them earn every single yard on their own.
1st and 10 for the Badgers, operating from the Alabama 28-yard line. Braden Locke still in at quarterback after the injury on the first series to Tyler Van Dyke. Will Pauling, Bryson Green are to the near side of the field. Single wide out to the far side as well. Tight end is to the left. Is shifting to that side is Malusi, the running back. The handoff will go to him. He runs right guard and runs forward and lowers his shoulder and gets across the 35. Devontae Smith coming up from the Bama secondary to make the stop, but not until there is an 8-yard gain. Make it 7 yards on first down. They spotted at the 34 or just across it. 2nd and short, 3 yards for the first. Single setback again, Malusi. And the handoff again to him. And he does not have as much success this time, only a couple of yards, as Jihad Campbell, the Mike linebacker, steps up and sets up a 3rd down and very short upcoming for the Badgers. They're 0 for 1 on 3rd down attempts so far. 3rd and less than a yard here. Actually, I'm not sure it's much more than a foot that is needed. 3 wideouts left. Single setback is Walker next to the quarterback Locke, waiting for the pistol formation. They bring a man in motion. They'll hand it off. They'll get the first down and more as spun across the 40 to the 41-yard line. Jihad Campbell with a stop on Tawee Walker.
Boy, and all Wisconsin's success in running, although it's only been a few plays, has just been that zone. Once again, they've kind of softened up this defensive secondary, making them worry about the passing game. And now they're taking some advantages up front.
So the Badgers convert on 3rd and less than a yard. Malusi back in the backfield. To the right side, initially a block. He's got 3 wideouts to the left side, 1 to the near side of the field. No tight ends as they drag him over the tight end, but hand it off left side to Malusi. He's got running room. He's knocked down as he gets into Bama territory at the Alabama 49-yard line. Another first down. Riley Mallman was running interference, the right tackle, the lead blocker on that play.
And zone concepts allow the linebackers just to get up on the secondary levels of Jihad Campbell and Deontay Lawson for a big gain.
So the Badgers get a fresh set of downs once more with 2 wide outs to each side of the formation. They bring the tight end to the left side as the shotgun goes to Locke. He'll look deep. Pressure coming in. Ball's on the deck, but it's picked up by the Badgers right at their own 48-yard line. Malusi had it bounce right to him, but Bama almost got a takeaway as the big hit was delivered by, I believe, L.T. Overton.
Well, it really starts with good coverage. You can't allow a quarterback to hold the ball for 4 or 5 seconds. And here Locke tries to. L.T. Overton, it's a matter of time before he wins his one-on-one and is able to make a hard hit.
Well, he came from the backside, literally. And Locke had no idea that he was about to be mauled. It'll be second down and about 13. 3 wide outs left side. Locke looking, fires right side, incomplete. He was, I think, initially looking for one of his tight ends, but that one was just in no man's land. As Tucker Ashcraft was the closest in the area.
They had 2 read options by those receivers where they could break in or out or sit down. It's just miscommunication from the quarterback and his receivers.
Giacomelli, one of the running backs, was in the area, but he didn't have a chance either. So the Badgers with another third down, this time 3rd and 13. Bama defensively allowing 1 of 2 on conversions for third down early in this game. We're down to the final 2:39 of this opening quarter as they fire one underneath to the running back, who breaks one tackle, another, and man, he got the first down or very close to it, and that is disappointing, as lowering his shoulder and running over people was Vinny Anthony's the second. And let's see, I think it's going to be 4th down, but about a foot, where they're going to think about it here in Bama territory. And I'll be surprised if the Badgers don't go for it.
Yeah, the ball was caught at the 50-yard line. He's able to advance it an additional 11 yards after the catch.
They'll go with a tight end offset to the right side. Lock the quarterback with Walker, the single setback to his right. And we've got whistles. And do we have a flag or a timeout?
Previous plays under further review.
Sure, they're going to look at the mark.
Yeah, they're going to review the mark and see if he did get the first down on his own, or if they're going to have a 4th down and about a foot upcoming. Regardless, very disappointing for the Bama defense to give up really kind of an underneath throw, not throwaway, but an underneath deal, and allow him to break the number of tackles he did to get that first down mark, or close to it.
Yeah, it was a 6-yard completion with a 9-yard advance after the catch. And I think after reviewing this film, they're going to award the first down.
Plays under review, and it's brought to you by BuildSubmarines.com. Damian, frustrating when you think you're about to get a turnover on downs, and instead on 3rd and a bunch, they're able to get either the first down or really, really close to it.
Yeah, that is very frustrating, man. Of course, you want to go 3 and out and get the ball back to the offense, but these guys are at home. You know, these guys are a little excited. Unfortunately, we didn't make the first tackle, but it looked like they're a little short of the first down.
Yeah, they reviewed it. You're right, Damien. They have reviewed it. They're going to say it is 4th down still. They did not change the line of scrimmage, so Bama will go big up front again. You got Jamarian Latham and L.T. Overton out there. Tyree Walker is the running back. They'll bunch a lot of guys in. In fact, only one guy split wide left, and that's Tucker Ashcraft, the tight end, but he is not very far either. And now, as I say that, they will put 2 wide outs to the right side. From the pistol formation, they drag the tight end, they hand it off, and he's got nowhere to go. Stacked up, brought down, turned away by the Bama defense as Alabama will take over on downs. Deontay Lawson, the first man to greet Tyree Walker put him down, and the Tide takes over on downs.
Well, you think about it, all the success Wisconsin has had is because they are able to get those guards and tackles up on the second level. The defensive line does a much better job of not allowing them to release upfield. Therefore, Deontay Lawson has free reign to attack the hole, and he wins the one-on-one matchup versus Towee Walker.
A minute 43 to go first quarter. Wisconsin still on top, 3-0, but momentum now wearing crimson instead of red when we come back on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Chevron with Techron has unbeatable engine cleaning power, and it gives you unbeatable mileage for all kinds of unbeatable destinations, like time in the sun at the beach, or time in the sun riding roller coasters, or a day in the sun hiking mountains. Well, probably just one mountain would be enough for a day, but hiking a mountain is still an unbeatable choice for how to spend time. Download the Chevron app now to get unbeatable mileage at locations near you.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight carrier of Alabama Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
Every Alabama tailgate has food, but when you bring Hellman's to your tailgate, the buffalo chicken dip makes the Crimson Tide drool. That pimento cheese dip isn't just tasty, it's legendary. And the burgers? Those are the tailgate MVPs. With a squeeze of creamy, delicious Hellman's, every bite is a taste touchdown. Hellman's, official mayonnaise of Alabama Athletics.
Wisconsin 3, Alabama nothing with a minute 43 remaining in the first quarter. The Crimson Tide getting that great stop on fourth down. The big-time stop by Bama, presented by Truckworks, the official commercial truck dealer of the Crimson Tide with 17 locations throughout Alabama, Mississippi, and the Florida Panhandle. We go downstairs once again to our Cook's Pest Control sideline reporter, Damian Square. And Damian, that's the physicality we'd love to see from Alabama up front.
Yeah, that is big Bama defense. It looked like right there on that fourth down stop, we had the nose tackle take the front side A-gap with Lawson coming through the backside A-gap for a tackle for loss, man. We got off the field. That's what we need all night.
Good to see the D get off the field after the poor tackling on the previous play. Did a great job of bouncing back and getting things taken care of to get the takeaway, and Bama will have it near the 40-yard line, their own 40. The first drive moved the football, did not get points because of a missed field goal, but Jam Miller will come out in the backfield alongside quarterback Jalen Milroe. 2 wide outs each side for Alabama. See if the Tide can stay true to form and get some big plays here going against this Wisconsin D, as the keeper will be by Milroe. He comes to the near side, 45, 50, 45, 40, bumped out of bounds at the 38, make it the 39-yard line, but Jalen Milroe on a design quarterback keep read it beautifully, and the Tide will pick up a bank first down.
And Kendrick Law and Ryan Williams did a nice job downfield of staying on their defenders and blocking them.
1st and 10 Bama from the 34. Handing it off, goes to Haynes, and he'll get a couple of yards to the right side. Spotted at the 34 now, as we will have a player lose his helmet for Alabama. That looked like the center, Parker Brailsford. And that's not a guy you want to lose.
Well, it's just for a play. And
it is for a play.
So Vandemark will come in at the center position.
Yep, Gino Vandemark, the 4th-year junior, transferred from Michigan State. He's a New Jersey native. Jam Miller in the backfield now to the right of Milroe. Coming in motion is Bernard with a play clock down to 3. 2. Bama gets the snap off at 1. Again, keeping it himself, Milroe trying to get to the edge. Gets cut down on a nice hit by Wisconsin's Ricardo Holman. The Miami native, a 4th-year junior, able to make the hit, cut down Milroe before he got to the edge, and it'll set up a 3rd down 7.
And that was our version of the run pass option. The ball probably should have been given up the middle.
Empty set for Milroe. Wide outs each side. Looking, firing towards the end zone. Has a man. Catch is made. Touchdown, Alabama. Ryan Williams beat his man. Scored his 5th touchdown on what is his 11th grab. Check that. His 7th grab of the season. And Hollywood finds pay dirt once again. 31 yards.
And it's just a one-on-one
strike.
Yeah, with just a one-on-one on the outside. He starts at the slot, kind of gives a little shoulder to the outside, just a slot fade. Great protection up front as pressure was coming. The Bama offensive line picked it up.
Nicholson, who missed the field goal earlier, will try the extra point. He remains perfect there, and Alabama makes it a 7-3 lead as we've got just 20 seconds remaining in the opening quarter of play. Boy, the defense comes up big, and then the offense follows suit.
You love to see the response by this Alabama offense, able to drive the ball, taking no time with Jalen Milroe's legs, and then putting the ball in the air for an explosive play. Those are the type of things that kill you defensively, to know you're working so hard to set your opponent up in 3rd and long situations, and because of their explosiveness, you never feel safe.
Time for our Bromberg's Forever Diamonds scoring drive with an assist from Roger Hoover. Bama, 4 plays, 60 yards, a minute 23 off the clock. The 31-yard touchdown pass from Jalen Milroe to Ryan Williams. Again, his 5th score on what I believe is now 7 catches in his Bama career. That's a nice start for the freshman out of Saraland, Alabama. Benny Anthony, the deep man, as Connor Talty is on to kick off again for the Crimson Tide. Talty's kick will sail into the end zone and through, and it'll be a touchback out to the 25-yard line. So let's see if Bama can build off the momentum on both sides of the field. Again, the Crimson Tide down 3-0 early after a 5-yard drive stalled. 5-minute drive, stalled for Wisconsin, and they booted through a 53-yard field goal, but Alabama got it back, almost answered, missed on a 40-plus yarder. And the defense turns away Wisconsin on downs, gets the football back, and scores on 4 plays to take the lead. Badgers try to run it up the middle. They'll gain a couple. Tawee Walker on the carry on what is likely to be the final play of this opening quarter of action. Deontay Lawson leading the charge there for the Bama defense as we're just about set to flip ends of the field and get the second quarter underway. After the first 15 minutes of action, though, here in Madison, 7-3 is our score. Good guys on top on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Throw a flag before ants, termites, and other pests invade your home by calling Cook's Pest Control. Cook's proven pest control methods and Centricon termite control system protect your home from unwanted pests and are backed by a 110% satisfaction guarantee. Make the right call and call the South's most trusted name in pest control for a free inspection. Cook's Pest Control.
Looky, 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 here comes Cookie, Cook's Pest Control.
Alabama football lives here.
Let's get out of here.
This is Alabama Crimson Tide football from Learfield.
Tide fans, let's take a 30-second time out for a quick mental getaway to Pensacola. Sugar white sands, crystal clear waters. Remember, your perfect getaway is just a short drive away. So hit the road for the ultimate time out from the hustle and bustle. Fresh seafood, stunning sunsets, and relaxing beaches. All waiting for you in Pensacola. Saturdays with the Tide and any day with your toes in the sand. That's the way to beach. Plan your getaway at visitpensacola.com.
In football, a triple threat is a player who can do it all. For barbecue, Dreamland is a triple threat. You can dine in, carry out, or let us cater your next event. For the ultimate tailgating experience, nothing beats a rack of legendary Dreamland ribs with your favorite sides. If you've got a taste for winning, Treat your team to dreamland. There ain't nothing like 'em nowhere. A proud supporter of the Alabama Crimson Tide.
This is your Alabama Power Scoreboard Update. I'm Brian Houseworth, live in studio. South Carolina leading number 16 LSU 7-0. You can barely hear the TV broadcast. That's how loud that stadium is. Late first quarter. Number 24 Boston College, number 6 Mizzou at 11:45 today. Also coming up, UAB in Arkansas. Number 13 Oklahoma State leading Tulsa 14-0 second quarter. Back to Madison. Roger.
Thank you, Brian. The first quarter recap presented by Knox Pest Control. With over 80 years of experience, Knox Pest Control has been serving the communities of Alabama, Georgia, Mississippi, and North Florida, offering pest control, wildlife control, and lawn care. Call 877-KNOX-PEST or visit knoxpest.com. Knox knocks them out. Wisconsin led first thanks to a 53-yard field goal to go up 3-0, but then the Crimson Tide getting Jalen Milroe connecting with Ryan Williams for a 31-yard touchdown to make it 7-3 Alabama as we start the second quarter of play. Today's game sponsored by Everwood, the official treated lumber of Alabama Athletics. Everwood, wood treated right, as we continue live inside the Alabama Credit Union broadcast booth. Feel good about your money with Alabama Credit Union. Once again on the call, here's the voice of the Crimson Tide, Chris Stewart.
Roger, thank you very much. 25 years ago, Ron Dane won the Heisman Trophy for Wisconsin. They recognize the anniversary of that great accomplishment as he has been honored here between quarters, and it has been a nice distraction from what's going on at the other end, which is some serious maintenance taking place right now. The camera that elevates above the stadium and has been a part of television coverage for a long time. I've always been amazed that they could keep that thing upright with minimal delays, distractions, or something really bad happening, but they've apparently got that sucker fixed, and I hope it's right. Mainly, I hope they got it attached properly, because you talk about something bad happening if that thing ever fell. But
well, the good news is I don't see any duct tape on the carts they're wheeling off, so
or chewing gum.
Right, yeah.
So, Wisconsin has the football as Bama's got the lead. Roger told you 7-3. Alabama on top as we begin the second quarter of action. The Badgers with a football, a 2nd and 8 upcoming. Tawee Walker, the running back, with Braden Locke in at quarterback. If you're late joining us, Tyler Van Dyke injured on the opening drive of the game. Had to go to the locker room. Don't know if he'll be back. Slant pass intended for the wide out on the right side of the formation for the Badgers, C.J. Williams, but that pass was behind him. Good job in coverage by Damani Jackson and also Keon Sabb, the corner and free safety, respectively, on that side of the field.
And Alabama has made a little adjustment, playing a little bit more man at the line of scrimmage, but one of the deficiencies is that slant route. If you can be accurate, it's a big gainer.
Badgers 1 of 3 on third downs. That's what they've got here. 3rd and 8. Pressure coming from the near side, forcing Locke to scramble. Goes to his right, throws incomplete. Had to basically underthrow it as he was trying to connect with Williams. But Bama had great coverage over there. I believe it was Damani Jackson again, Tyler, that was with the intended receiver step for step.
Nice coverage. You also had Quay Rusall that was applying pressure, forcing the quarterback out of the pocket, as well as Keanu Coate.
So Alabama ready to receive a punt. Jadon Mbakwe is the deep man again in place of Cole Adams, who was injured a week ago. Adams with 7 punt returns on the year. Mbakwe had a great return a week ago, 28 yards, that really flipped momentum. The punt checks up from the 33, and like a wedge with some nice backspin, it bounces out to the 37. A break for Alabama on a 37-yard punt by Wisconsin. And their punter, Atticus Bertrams.
And Bertrams better speed up his kick, or next time Q Robinson's going to have an opportunity to block it.
So Alabama with possession, a 7-3 lead. We've got 14:40 to go here in quarter number 2. Bama football, it'll be Williams and Law going wide left. 2 wideouts right in Justice Haynes. Actually a single setback, but 2 men wide right of the formation as well. For the Crimson Tide, we've got flags coming in, and I believe Bama had movement there.
False start. Offense, number 77. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Jaden Roberts, the right guard, guilty of what is the second Bama penalty for a total of 15 yards here in the early going. Again, we are very early in the second quarter, just 20 seconds into quarter number 2. Same look with 2 wideouts each side. Single setback is Haynes, quarterback keep. It will be Milroe stretching forward across the 37-yard line to the 38. A gain of a couple on that play. C.J. Dupree, who is the tight end on that side of the formation, was running interference along with Jeremy Bernard.
This is kind of an outside zone with Jalen Milroe having the opportunity to go back up the middle.
Milroe in the pocket looking, throwing it high, intended, I believe, for Bernard. But, man, Bama's fortunate as that one sailed over his head. It dropped incomplete of Alabama's tight end C.J. Dupree, but there was some artificial turf and thankfully no red jerseys in this area.
And right now, if the play is not developing quickly, Jalen Milroe is having a hard time of deciding where to go with the football. He's not stepping into it, needs to be more decisive.
3 wideouts left, 2 right, empty set on 3rd down and 9 for the Crimson Tide. Dupree will go to the right side of formation. He'll stay in to block as Milroe throws a long pass left side. Catch is made, but knocked out of bounds before he could get to the first down mark was Justice Haynes. They tried to get a one-on-one matchup there, and somebody for the Badgers did a good job of bumping him out of bounds. Butch says it's Ricardo Holman, who applied the hit, and on 4th and 2.5, Alabama will have to punt it away. Actually, more than 2.5, almost 4 yards, they say now, for the Crimson Tide.
And I bet you next time Justice Haynes catches that ball on the sideline, he's just going to square his shoulders up and try to run over the DB versus trying to go around.
On to punt for Alabama. Once again is Burnham. A beautiful high spiraling kick. Fair catch called for and made right at the 5-yard line by Wisconsin. And Alabama will have the Badgers pinned back deep as Tyrell Henry, I believe, was the return man. Either he or Preston Zachman back there. Double number 14s for the Badgers. Timeout on the field. 13:44 to play. It's 7-3. Alabama leading Wisconsin here in Madison on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
This is what being a NASCAR fan is all about. Singular history and tradition.
Thank you, everybody, for coming out. This is so special.
And triple-header playoffs action to ratchet up the stakes.
We gotta go.
Throw in a can't-miss concert, camping, and the legendary atmosphere of Talladega Boulevard. And you've got more than a race. You've got Talladega. NASCAR Playoffs Weekend in Talladega, October 4th through the 6th. Get your tickets now at TalladegaSuperspeedway.com.
Barkley makes it easy.
Get ready to rev up your engines and feel the excitement at Barkley Buick GMC Cadillac. We've got the perfect ride to match your style and adventure. Visit us at our showroom at Skyland Boulevard and let our friendly team help you find the vehicle of your dreams. Barkley Buick GMC Cadillac, where hometown pride and unbeatable deals collide. Drive with passion with Barkley. Visit us today or check us out online at barkleygmc.com.
Barkley makes it easy.
I'm Cole Adams.
And I'm Jeremy Bernard. We are all excited to enjoy the energy of Bryant-Denny Stadium this fall, but viruses that cause respiratory diseases are still prevalent in our communities.
Vaccination against these viruses is very important for everyone, and especially for those who are at a higher risk of developing serious complications, including older Americans and those with certain medical conditions.
For more information, visit alabamapublichealth.gov/IMM today.
Stay safe and roll Tide.
13:44 left to go in this second quarter. It is Alabama with a 7-3 lead against Wisconsin. Across the conference is presented by Homewood Suites. Well, right now, South Carolina off to a good start with a 10-0 lead against LSU. Later today, it's Texas A&M at Florida, and then in conference play as well, Georgia at Kentucky. Before we go any further, let's pause 10 seconds for Station ID. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network.
Ches Malusi is the running back alongside Braden Lott. The starter, Tyler Van Dyke, injured on the first drive of the ball game for Wisconsin, as they will bring a second man into the backfield. He's in the end zone right now as the snap goes to the quarterback. Handoff is made, and a gain of only a couple for Malusi there. Just trying to give themselves a little more breathing room. They get out to the 7.
Yeah, we had 8 in the box, and they only have 6 to block us. So very fortunate it's only that it's a 2-yard gain and not a 4-yard loss. But they've got to be able to throw the ball. They've just been inaccurate.
They will hand it off. They'll run to the edge, and they've got a first down and a whole lot more. As diving across the 25, ball's on the deck. Loose football. Bama says they have it. We'll wait and see. They'll unpile. They say it's Bama football, and the Tide takes it away from the Badgers. It had been a 20-yard pickup on the play for Malusi.
Recovered by the defense.
And Xavier Brown, who came up with Malachi Moore, is actually the defender who went low. Ball definitely comes loose.
And he was not down according to the replay that we saw. Damien, great to see the defense make a hit at the end after Wisconsin got some big yardage prior to that.
Yeah, they tried to go quick and catch us off guard. The front actually didn't have their hand on the ground, but Malachi was ready. The guy broke through for about a 10-yard gain. Malachi chopped him down. He fumbled the ball before he hit the ground. Offense back on the field, baby.
They are indeed, as that was Damian Square, Cook's Pest Control sideline reporter, and Alabama up 7-3 with 13:10 to go in the second quarter. In great field position at the Wisconsin 28-yard line. 3 wideouts left. Milroe, the quarterback, has Miller to his right. He will hand it off to Jam right up the gut. 20, 15, down to the 14-yard line. That will move the chains as Bama gets inside the Chick-fil-A red zone. Well, Alabama in the red zone and operating from the 15-yard line. A bank first down.
And it's so tempting to want to go for the home run after a turnover, a sudden change events there, but doing a good job of dominating the line scrimmage, running right at this Wisconsin defense. We need to stop the side to side and go right at them.
2 tight ends left, Dupree and Oots. 2 wideouts to the right side in Bernard and Law. Law will go in motion. He'll run interference. The handoff goes to Miller, and he gets tripped up from behind. Boy, he had a lot of room inside the 10 if he could have gotten past the tackle of Wisconsin's outside linebacker, Darrell Peterson. He's the one that really saved the score right there and sets up a second down and about 5.
Still a nice game, though, on first down. When Kendrick Law comes across, that means that defensive end has no responsibility. He goes crashing down and is able to catch us from the backside.
From the 11-yard line, it's officially 2nd and 6. Alabama with 2 wideouts right, 2 tight ends in formation. Keeping it himself will be Milroe. Cuts it back, fights forward, and he's going to get to the 6-yard line. It'll be 3rd and a yard and a half from there. Dupree and Booker running interference, and that looked like it was a design quarterback keep all the way.
Yeah, it was just a sweep with the quarterback sweep to the left where you had Booker pulling out in front. Nice pick up there on 2nd down.
Same formation for the Crimson Tide. Tight ends to the left side. Milroe hands it off, and getting inside the 5 and 2, the first down mark once again will be Jam Miller, the Tyler, Texas native. In his 3rd year with the University of Alabama, picks up another bank first down. It's 1st and goal for the Crimson Tide inside the Wisconsin 5, trying to add to a 7-3 lead. Handoff, Miller cuts it back, fights forward, gets to the 3-yard line at the most. 2nd and goal from there. Kurt Neal, the defensive lineman, led the stop.
But now you're getting Wisconsin thinking hard on the inside run because we've been so successful the last 2 or 3 times. You still have the read option down here that you can utilize. Alabama loves to have Jalen Milroe carry the ball in inside the 5-yard line.
Fresh legs in the backfield, though, as Justice Haynes checks in, replacing Miller. Wide out split to each side for Alabama. Milroe from the pistol with Haynes to his left. Quarterback keep the whole way. Trying to cut it back, can't. Great job defensively by Wisconsin. A loss of at least a yard on the play, maybe 2. It'll be 3rd and goal from around the 6.
Robbie Oots was just not able to maintain position as he had his defender initially hooked, but that guy just kept fighting through it.
Aaron Witt, the outside linebacker, credited with the stop, and it's 3rd and goal Bama. Bama 3 of 5 on 3rd down attempts so far. 3 wideouts right for Alabama. with Haynes, the single setback to the left of Milroe. Almost drew him off. Milroe looking, firing right side. Pass is going to be incomplete, but a flag is down. Let's see if it's on Wisconsin or if it's on the Tide. I think we caught him in the neutral zone.
That's offsides, free play.
Offside. Defense number 94 in the neutral zone at the snap. Half the distance to the goal, third down.
So now a third and goal from the 3, roughly. You have the free pass. He went ahead and threw it to the perimeter. Probably had Burton on a little seam route open for a touchdown. But that's your one-on-one to Ryan Williams that you want to take advantage of on the free play.
Also, you got the option to run or throw right here. Let's see what Bama opts to do. Justice Haynes, again, the running back. You've got 2 wideouts left, 1 right, and Jeremy Bernard. Tight end to the right side as well. Bernard going in motion, stops. He's basically another blocker, keeping himself Milroe, trying to get to the edge. He'll get to the 3. He'll get to the end zone. Touchdown, Alabama. Jalen Milroe from 3 yards out finds the end zone, and the Crimson Tide adds to its lead, 13-3 here in Madison with 9:43 to go first half.
Well, and that touchdown is Jeremy Burton's, who held his block on the outside. He came in, acted as a sniffer right behind Elijah Pritchett, and then gets out to the perimeter, not as a pass receiver, but to block that corner. He held that block for a good 4 seconds to allow Jalen Milroe into the corner of the end zone.
Nicholson on to try the extra point. Snap and spot are good. Kick is good. Nothing to sniff at. That Alabama drive, 7 plays, 28 yards, 3:22 on the clock, or the time taken off the clock, as Alabama extends its lead now 14-3 over the Badgers. We're back to Madison in a moment on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Let's huddle up and make things happen with the only cards for T-Town. The University of Alabama Regions Visa Debit Card and Prepaid Regions Now Card. They're a win for your wallet and a big roll tide, whether you're purchasing stuff for game day or every day. Want to go all in on confidently showing your Tide pride? Order your card now at regions.com/GoBama. Regions, official bank of the SEC. Member FDIC. Terms, conditions, and fees apply.
The Crimson Tide plays here. This is Alabama Crimson Tide football from Learfield.
Roll Tide fans, this is Roger Hoover. Join me and former Alabama linebacker Corey Reamer each Monday night at 6 p.m. for Crimson Tide Rewind, presented by the Alabama Department of Public Health. Live from Baumhauer's Victory Grill in Vestavia Hills, we'll rewind the last Bama game, plus take your calls, and look ahead to next Saturday for the Tide and the rest of the SEC. Crimson Tide Rewind, each Monday at 6 p.m. across the Crimson Tide Sports Network.
This season, don't let your home comfort fumble. Brown Cooling, Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical is a proud partner of Alabama football and has been delivering the highest standards in home comfort across Birmingham for over 60 years. If you're looking for a great team and elite service from a quality company that cares, you can't miss with Brown in Birmingham. Score big this fall with Brown Cooling, Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical. Visit brownheatingandcooling.com/specials to save on your next service. Roll Tide.
Alabama 14, Wisconsin 3, 9:43 left to go in the second quarter. A 3-yard touchdown run by Jalen Milroe. That means Bama just scored from the Chick-fil-A Red Zone. Download the Chick-fil-A app to claim your free Chick-fil-A special offer by midnight tonight. Offer is redeemable at participating Alabama Chick-fil-A restaurants next week, Monday through Friday. The Bromberg's Forever Diamond scoring drive for the Crimson Tide. 7 plays, 28 yards, took 3 minutes, 22 seconds off the clock. And once again, Tyler, it's Jalen Milroe running in the red zone. He's been so effective doing that for the Tide.
They love to utilize him inside the 10 to 15-yard line because he is that offensive guy defenses cannot account for it. In best case scenario, you get a one-on-one situation with him, but tip your hat to the defense. Think about it. Jaden Roberts gets the false start. It stops our drive. The defense forces the turnover. They extend our drive with their penalties. So good job all around by this Alabama unit.
Connor Talty on to kick off again for the Crimson Tide. Vinny Anthony The second is the deep man. As we've got 9:43 to play before intermission, and Alabama enjoys now a 14-3 lead. Took advantage of the fumble by the Badgers inside their own 35-yard line, and Bama able to march it for the touchdown. Talty approaching the football, and the right-footed kick, another good one. This one will sail into, and in fact, in the air, it goes through the back of the end zone. A great kick for Talty, the redshirt freshman out of Chicago. Does his job, and Alabama's defense gave up a pretty good run on the part of Chez Malusi, but at the end of it, he fumbled the football. A big hit leveled by Malachi Moore, and falling on it was Zabian Brown for the Crimson Tide. Now the Badgers operating from their 25. They hand it off right side, and Tawee Walker is able to pick up about 3 yards. Damian Square, what have you got down on the sidelines?
The last series, Q Robinson went out to be evaluated for a lower body injury. They haven't determined exactly what it is, and they haven't ruled him out for the game yet. So I'll keep you guys updated. Thank
you, David. Our Cooks Pest Control sideline reporter updating us there. Again, injury-wise, the biggest one of the game, the loss of Tyler Van Dyke for Wisconsin on the first drive of the game. Braden Locke is their QB. He'll hand it off, and there is nowhere to go for Walker. Call him backpedaler instead, as he was driven back about 3 yards, unless they give him forward progress to the line of scrimmage. But Tim Keenan III there to make the stop for Alabama, and he had a lot of help with him, including Jamarian Latham.
Yeah, Yanze Pierre also in there on the tackle, but Tim Keenan was Wisconsin's biggest concern, and right now he is dominating when he is in the game.
Badgers just 1 of 4 on third down so far. 2 wide outs either side. They bring one in motion to the near side of the field in Williams. Looking across the middle, catch is made. That's going to be close to, but I believe shy of the first down mark. Will Paulding making the grab, and let's see how close it is. Yeah, it's about a foot short. Do they go for it again? Man, it looks like it. They're bringing in a couple of tight ends.
At a minimum, you got to hold your water and not jump off sides. Don't give them a free play. He's about half a yard short.
You're right. It is a half yard shy. They'll put 2 wide outs to the right side. They'll bring in 2 tight ends as well. Single setback, high snap, give to the running back who gets to the first down. It may be a yard more. Tawee Walker able to move the sticks on a 4th down play from their own 35-yard line.
So Wisconsin staying aggressive here, understand they got to score points if they want to stay in this game and keep the crowd in the game. Nothing to lose. Why not go for it on 4th and less than a yard?
So a fresh set of downs, a 1st and 10. Yakimelli in the backfield. He will try to block, but that pass is batted down beautifully by Alabama's Keon Sabb. Sabb, the Glassboro, New Jersey native, swatted that one down from his free safety position as he came crashing in from the edge.
Heck of a job there. The ball may have been completed to Tucker Ashford, the tight end coming out of the backfield. It would have been a short gain, but Sabb on the read pressure is able to get his hands up and knock it down.
That would have bounced straight up in the air. He would have easily been able to make a pick. Instead, he swatted it down, and it'll be 2nd and 10 upcoming. Yakimelli in the backfield. Handoff to him, nowhere to go. Maybe a half yard, and that's being generous. But again, Bama with a lot of crimson helmets there. Jahad Campbell being among them for Alabama.
Boy, and I'm curious what are we doing different now than we were in the first quarter, because these zones are not working for Wisconsin.
We'll hear more from Damian Square in just a moment. Damian, go ahead, buddy.
It looked like they kind of know where the zone is going to now, so they're running a blitz right into the zone, and we're seeming to have success, man.
Very good to see indeed. By the way, Tyler Janzi, a linebacker in for Alabama, helping. We'll correct that in a moment as the pass is complete to the near side, and it's going to be caught, but well shy of the first down. Will Paulding making the grab. The guy I was trying to recognize earlier, wrong 42, Yanze Pierre was the man who was involved on that last play for Alabama prior to the third down stop. And now the Badgers will have to punt it on 4th and long.
Number 18 of Alabama is wearing number 10.
That's Bray Hubbard, I believe, or Caleb Oden, as now the line drive will check. Get away from it, fellas. Woo, we almost ran into it, but thankfully it will roll dead at the 12-yard line. I believe for the Crimson Tide that was Xavier Mincy that almost ran right into that football, and thankfully he did not.
But that's the next learning part for Mbakwe, to communicate with his guys.
46 yards on the rugby-style punt from the Australian. Atticus Bertrams. It'll be 1st and 10 Bama from just inside their own 13-yard line, and strictly going off memory, I don't believe Alabama's had starting field position anything like this so far. Good flow, good rhythm to this game, even though it's only a 14-3 advantage, and I don't say that lightly. I know that's a good lead against a good football team. My point is, it's not as if Alabama has been completely dominant, but at the same time, really good start.
Well, you're seeing the defense settle down. That's 2 straight, either a turnover or forced punts by this defensive unit. They're settling down, getting into a rhythm that helps the offense tremendously.
Damien, seems like this defense that had a lot of question marks, at least from the fans coming into the year, is really starting to gain in confidence here in week 3.
Oh, yeah, they're starting to figure themselves out. You know, they're getting every snap, they're getting better, especially the linebackers. These guys are really flying downhill. They're diagnosing the play really fast. And, oh, yeah, I got a message from Mark Ingram. He told me to tell the fans if anybody is interested in getting that jacket that he had on a Big Noon kickoff, to give him a call. He has a guy.
He's got a guy. Look, Mark's always had a guy. Everybody knows that. Mark's got a guy. We're not surprised to hear that. 5:57 is the time left in quarter number 2. A 14-3 Alabama advantage over the Wisconsin Badgers. And again, next weekend, an off week before we're back to Nick Saban Field, Bryant-Denny Stadium. Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium, the home of the Crimson Tide, and it will be 2 weeks from today when the Georgia Bulldogs come in, likely to be number 1 versus no worse than number 4 if Alabama can take care of business here today in this matchup against Wisconsin. A good start, a 14-3 lead, but a lot can change very rapidly, especially in this end of the field where Bama will start the drive inside their own 15. Again, a 6:30 kick for that game with Georgia, so we will be set up at 3:30 for our pregame coverage. Weather permitting at Vector Security's Champions Lane on the north end, or outside the north end of the stadium. Had a great time last weekend, and hopefully good weather so we can do it again on what should be an electric day in Tuscaloosa. Justice Haynes in the backfield to the right at the moment of Jalen Milroe. Kendrick Law, Ryan Williams are the wide out split left. There's one to the near side, as Law will go in motion to the near side, but the handoff goes right up the gut, and Haynes was one tackle away from making life really, really miserable for Preston Zachman, the free safety, because I think Justice was about to walk up his chest over the top of his head and down his back en route to a long touchdown run. Instead, somebody got him low and tripped him up after a gain of just 5 yards. 2nd and 5 from the 18. In motion will be the man who gets it flipped to him. Cutting it back will be Ryan Williams, I believe, but nowhere to go for Ryan on that play. He gets stopped after a gain of a yard at the most. Jaheim Thomas able to make the tackle. That officially will go as a forward pass, even though it's just a little forward flip.
Well, and that's one where Ryan Williams has to understand you're not going to be able to get the edge. You have pursuit coming. Duck and dive forward and get what you can to set up a shorter third down.
Third down and 3.5 right here. Haynes in the backfield to the right of Milroe. He'll fire it out. Catch is made, but nowhere to go after he makes the grab at the 19-yard line, maybe just shy of the 20. It's still 3 yards shy of the first. Nazir Forkurian able to make the stop and keep Haynes and Alabama from moving the sticks.
And I think that's one where Wisconsin's dropping back in the zone. Jalen's got to be a little more patient in allowing the routes to develop downfield. He has plenty of protection. This offensive line is doing a nice job. He needs to hang in there a little bit longer.
Burnham punts it away. Another missile fired that's going to be fielded at the 15, and a fair catch called for. James Burnham, a 64-yard punt. All of it through the air. No roll on that one. Boy, Burnham, the clubhouse leader at the moment for the Ray Guy Award. He has been fantastic to start this season for Alabama, as Wisconsin will have the football back at their own 16-yard line. And what a dramatic change of field position right there.
Remember how C.K. Scott could always flip the field completely, regardless of where you were? That's what Burnett just did right there. You force a 3-and-out right here, you're going to get the ball around the 30, 40-yard line potentially with 2 minutes to go, and you get the ball coming out after half.
Talk about that great comedian we had, C.K. Scott.
Yes, C.K. Scott. Wrong guy.
1st and 10, Wisconsin. Sorry, partner, couldn't resist. 16-yard line. Handoff will go to the single setback, who fights his way across the 20 and gets to the 23-yard line.
J.K. Scott.
I knew what you meant.
That you didn't help me.
No, I didn't. I'll let you swim for a minute. So a 2nd and 3 upcoming after the pickup by Walker. 3:30 and ticking time left in this second quarter. Still 14-3, Alabama with a lead. Badgers operating from the pistol with 3 wideouts available. They'll fire a slant, deflected and almost picked off. Alabama had a man in the passing lane. It was Deontay Lawson that got the hand on it, I believe. It was Lawson who swatted it out of the air. The linebacker out of Mobile Christian was trying to find it. It was right above his head. If he could have visually picked it up. We've got movement likely on Alabama. Flags coming in as that ball's going to sail out of bounds. And if you got a flag, throw it. Man, I think there are 3 flags for 3 different infractions on that play. Probably Zabian Brown for pass interference is what they'll ultimately go with, which will waive off the procedure penalty. Or offsides, I should say, against the Tide.
There are 2 fouls on the defense. Offside, defense, number 50. That penalty is declined. Pass interference, defense, number 2. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Butch read it right from the start as usual. As unfortunately, that's the 3rd penalty for 30 yards now on the Crimson Tide. Butch Owens, not only our spotter, but our statistician on site. Of course, Tom Stipe, our producer engineer. Jerry Kelly, our studio engineer. Our producer for our Yay Alabama booth cam on all of our social media platforms, Ethan Carabin. It'll be a 1st and 10 for Wisconsin with Bama on top 14-3, nearing the 3-minute mark of the second quarter. Handoff left side, no running room whatsoever. Alabama stacking them up with Tim Smith leading the charge. LT Overton also among a group of about 4 or 5 Bama tacklers on that play for no gain.
Boy, heck of a job there, play side by Tim Smith, who actually was the one that was called offsides the prior play. Making up for it there, stalemating that line of scrimmage, not allowing any push.
14-3, Alabama leading with 2:40 and ticking time left. Jason Acker in the backfield. One of 2 men back there with the quarterback, Braden Locke, who wants to throw. Fires the pass, caught, first down. Across midfield to the Bama 49-yard line is making the grab was Vinny Anthony II.
Some of the struggles that a zone always has is the 2 defenders go on a little slot guy, allows the curl to develop in a one-on-one situation behind it.
See if Wisconsin tries to get another snap off before the 2-minute warning. Looks like they're going to be content to let this wind down and get the free timeout, which comes at the 2-minute mark of the second and fourth quarters. As you heard the word from our referee, and we'll take the break with them. 2 minutes to go in the half. It's 14-3. Alabama leading Wisconsin on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check the propane tank on your grill first before hosting a tailgate.
Let's fire up. Here, let me try. Seriously? You didn't check the propane? Who wants chips?
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds.
Salt and vinegar?
You're in good hands with Allstate.
Savings vary, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
I'm Cole Adams. And I'm Jeremy Bernard. We are all excited to enjoy the energy of Bryant-Denny Stadium this fall, but viruses that cause respiratory diseases are still prevalent in our communities.
Vaccination against these viruses is very important for everyone, and especially for those who are at a higher risk of developing serious complications, including older Americans and those with certain medical conditions.
For more information, visit alabamapublichealth.gov/IMM today.
Stay safe and roll Tide.
Alabama 14, Wisconsin 3, as we have exactly 2 minutes to go until halftime. Crimson Tide fans are reminded to stay up to date with all recommended vaccinations. Flu season is here, and COVID-19 continues to affect our community. So don't wait. Vaccinate. Visit alabamapublichealth.gov/IMM today to learn more about how you can stay up to date on vaccinations. ADPH is proud to support the Crimson Tide. Again, 2 minutes on the clock until halftime, and coming up at halftime, we will have the Full Moon Barbecue halftime report after another Alabama victory. Drop by and celebrate at Full Moon Barbecue. Now with 16 locations, there's always one near you. It's the best little pork house in Alabama. Again, coming up next will be the Full Moon Barbecue halftime report. And Tyler Watts certainly hoping that it remains an Alabama 14-3 lead against Wisconsin, because the Badgers starting to pick it up a bit offensively.
Yeah, they found some holes in our secondary because of plenty of time, and you don't want this season to unfold as a feast or famine. If the defensive lineman can't get to the quarterback, that we're going to have struggles in the passing game. But this is where you really have to bow up. We understand how strong a field goal kicker that Wisconsin has. They pick up another 5 yards, they may be in range.
See what Alabama is able to do here defensively with 2 minutes exactly left to go. 2-minute timeout. They spend about 2 hours during the break. Slight exaggeration. But a 14-3 Bama lead, and trying to keep it that way. Cade Yakimelli, excuse me, out of Trafford, Pennsylvania, is the single setback. To the left of quarterback Braden Locke. Still waiting on the go-ahead from TV, and we've gotten it now. 4 wideouts, 2 to each side for Wisconsin. Alabama with a 3-man front, walking up a linebacker as well. They'll go on the handoff to Yakimelli, who scoots through the initial contact at the line of scrimmage and winds up getting about 4 yards on that play. It'll be 3rd down and 4 upcoming.
Good to see Q Robinson back in the ball game. He actually was in on that tackle. Heavy wrap on his right lower leg.
And he had gotten banged up a bit earlier, as we were told by our Cooks Pest Control sideline reporter. Damian Square keeping us updated on everything down on the field. 1:28 to go and ticking here in the second quarter. Play action, pass thrown, ball incomplete. Man, the official, did he come up with it?
Yeah, he called it.
I thought that ball hit the deck, but instead the catch by Will Paulding. What a grab.
And it wasn't bad coverage by Malachi Moore. Just a read option, a little square in off the backside pull. Good coverage, but enough to move the chains.
A lot of traffic there, including an official, but he still made the grab, moved the sticks. 1st and 10 from the 39. Another pass across the middle. This one does fall incomplete. Broken up nicely by the Crimson Tide, as Will Paulding was the intended receiver. But Alabama was able to knock it away. Thank you, Roger, with Devontae Smith.
And Smith actually knocked that away after it hit his hands. That was a reception that was batted away by good play.
So the clock stopping with a minute to go. 2nd and 10 upcoming from the Alabama 34-yard line. Giacomelli, the single setback. They'll fire underneath. Catch is made. Breaking a tackle again after contact was made by Jihad Campbell. Will Paulding fighting short. We've got a player down for the Crimson Tide.
I think that's Q again.
I think you're right. Or actually, it's like it may be Quay Russaw. It is a 4, but I think it's number 4 alone instead of 3-4. And that is the case. Quay Russaw out of Carver High School in Montgomery, a second-year freshman at 6'2", 250. Has 6 tackles on the year, including 1 for loss and a quarterback hurry. One of the top 70 players in the country coming out of Carver.
It was the impact of Devontae. It was the impact of Devontae Smith hitting his left knee.
Oh.
The 10-second runoff. The game clock will start on the snap.
Thank you for that, Roger. As Russaw gets to his feet and is being helped off the field. Jeff Allen and Jeremy Giselle, the Alabama athletic training staff, helping Quay toward the sideline, where he is not putting any pressure on that left leg. He's hopping on his right leg, and Doctors Lyle Kane and Norman Waldrop over there from Andrews Sports Medicine checking on him as well.
So now Keanu Q comes in for Quay's position.
So here is a big 3rd down and 3 with 48 seconds to go in the half. Snap going to Lott, looking for the end zone. Has a man down there, but he dives and he can't come up with it. Bama had 2 men chasing, but it was Paulding who had a step on both Malachi Moore and Devontae Smith. Damian, what'd you see?
I saw a great pass rush by the interior guys. Actually, that guy had a step on our DBs, but because of the pass rush in his face, he was unable to complete an accurate throw. That's team defense.
So with 42 seconds to go and 4th and 3 upcoming, on to try another field goal will be Vakos. He had a 53-yarder earlier. This is a 45-yarder, just inside that distance. The kick is up. Again, he has plenty of leg, and that one is no good.
Snap was high. Snap was high, and that messed all the timing up. Had plenty of leg, as you mentioned, but I think that messed his rhythm up.
Kason Pfeiffer, the long snapper there, and the holder, Atticus Bertram's tried to get it down in time, but the kick was wide right. And so Alabama able to turn away the Badgers with 36 seconds to go in this first half, and Bama does have 3 timeouts left. Let's see what Kalen DeBoer opts to do.
Well, the thing you have to be careful of, though, here is you don't want a turnover, especially since you get the ball to start the second half. You have to be smart. So a lot of times you want to see what you do on 1st down.
Ryan Williams, Jeremy Bernard, Kobe Prentice all split wide right as Milroe operates from the pistol. Drops back, looks to throw, fires it near side. He's got a man, Williams. Williams at midfield, at the 40, pushed out of bounds, inside Wisconsin's 30-yard line. Somehow the deuce got loose again and makes his way to the 26 of Wisconsin.
Well, Wisconsin is playing that zone concept, so there's a natural void between the safety and the corner when the corner is threatened by the tight end coming out of the backfield.
47 yards on the pickup. Should be in range of Graham Nicholson at a minimum, but we still got 27 seconds and 3 timeouts left. A man in motion to the near side of the field. That'll be Williams again. Check that. It was Prentice. Now on play action, looking, Milroe firing left side, has a man open. It is caught. It is a touchdown, Alabama. Jeremy Bernard makes the grab, and the Crimson Tide pushes the lead to 20-3. Timeouts? We don't need no stinking timeouts. Alabama able on just 2 plays to find the end zone. And with 19 seconds remaining in the half, it's hopefully soon to be a 21-3 advantage as Graham Nicholson is on to try the extra point. Hibbett to handle the snap. Burnip, the holder. First 2 parts were good. The kick was excellent as well. And just like that, Tyler Watts, the air has come out of Camp Randall.
Man, all the momentum was on Wisconsin's side, and then the 2-play offense comes out for Alabama. You find Ryan Williams in a voided area on the zone, and then Jeremy Burton has one-on-one coverage after Kendrick Law goes across the formation against a cornerback. He fakes the post route, and there's enough time by that offensive line to allow Jalen Milroe to step in his throw, read the defense, know where he's going with the ball, and he just threw that thing up, and Jeremy Burton was able to track it down.
Jeremy Bernard with the 26-yard touchdown grab. 2 plays, 73 yards. Wow, the Brombergs Forever Diamond scoring drive. 2 plays, 73 yards, just 17 seconds coming off the game clock, and Alabama extends its lead to 21-3 late in the first half. It's gotten very quiet here in Badgerland. At least other than the piped-in music they're bringing, and the Bama fans who are making a lot of noise as they are scattered all throughout this great venue. The kickoff from Talty, fielded at about the 3. On the return across the 20, across the 25, and spun down at the 27-yard line was Vinny Anthony II, trying to create a spark, but not able to do so. Only officially getting a yard more than he would have, or 2 yards more, excuse me, had he just taken the touchback. Instead, let's see what the Badgers opt to do with 12 seconds remaining. They got a full arsenal of timeouts, but I doubt they try to do anything here. Bama's got 2 safeties deep, and they will simply hand it off, try to run up the middle, and the final play of this second quarter is going to tick away. 21-3, your score at intermission. Alabama with the lead over the Wisconsin Badgers. Damian Square down on the field. Our Cooks Pest Control sideline reporter will have to wait a minute, Tyler Watts, before Coach Kalen DeBoer gets to him. Television will visit with him first, allows us to get some thoughts from you on what you've seen in these first 30 minutes.
Boy, thought defensively really settled in there, was able to get the turnover, forced several punts, able to stop Wisconsin's defense late in that second quarter, turn the ball back over. But very impressed with how Alabama's offense is now starting to open up. Jalen Milroe, very hesitant early on, not reading the defense, doing a much better job on the previous drive.
9 of 12 is Milroe, 130 yards, 2 touchdowns, and that doesn't count the additional yards that he's had on the ground. 8 carries, 50 yards, and a score as well for the Alabama quarterback in his 4th year with the Crimson Tide. Here's Coach with Damian.
How you doing, Coach? Minus a few penalties, your team has been very competitive on the road. What are you telling your team at halftime?
Well, we're playing good team football right now. You know, got to stop, or got to take away, convert it to points, riding the momentum of the missed field goal. We're giving Jalen some time back there, which is great. And he's going through his progression, keeping him upright. We just got to keep playing. You know, we're on the road, and we get the ball back to start the second half, so that's huge for us. This little swing here could be big.
Yes, sir. Good luck.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you, Coach. Thank you, Damian. And thank you to T-Mobile, who brings us Coach DeBoer at the half. Stay connected to the latest Crimson Tide action with T-Mobile's 5G coverage. 21-3. Alabama leads Wisconsin after an early 3-0 deficit at intermission. The 4th-ranked Tide leading on the road here in Big Ten country on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Some days you hit snooze, but not today. Today you have to go on a run to get burgers for the tailgate. You've got to haul something heavy, a cooler stocked with Bud Light. When you've got beer and football, nothing is hard. Until the other team scores. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. 21 plus, copyright 2024, Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Let's go. Let's huddle up and make things happen with the only cards for T-Town. The University of Alabama Regions Visa Debit Card and Prepaid Regions Now Card. They're a win for your wallet and a big roll tide, whether you're purchasing stuff for game day or every day. Want to go all in on confidently showing your Tide pride? Order your card now at regions.com/GoBama. Regions, official bank of the SEC. Member FDIC. Terms, conditions, and fees apply.
When the game is on the line, you want someone you can count on. At Alabama Power, we believe in consistency and having each other's back. It's our game plan to safely deliver the electricity you depend on. We give 100% to achieve 99.9% reliability. Learn how we power a better Alabama at alabamapower.com/reliable. Alabama Power is a proud supporter of the Alabama Crimson Tide.
Today's highlight is brought to you by Toyota. At home or on the road, they're never the underdog. Toyota, let's go places. Get $2,000 in loyalty cash bonus on a new 2024 Toyota Tundra. Offer valid through September 30th, 2024. Offer entitles current Tundra customers to $2,000 loyalty cash bonus on the retail purchase or lease of any new 2024 Tundra gas or hybrid vehicle. Cash may be used only toward down payment or capitalized cost reduction on the new vehicle. See dealer for details. This is the Full Moon Barbecue Halftime Report on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield. Full Moon Barbecue, the best little porkhouse in Alabama. Alabama football is also brought to you by Coke Zero Sugar. Tackle game day with a great taste of Coke Zero Sugar. Is it the best Coke ever? Try and decide. Golden Flake, the official potato chip of the Alabama Crimson Tide. Cadence Bank, your team, your cadence. Barkley GMC, Barkley Buick GMC, where Barkley makes it easy. Hellman's, the official mayonnaise of Alabama athletics. And by Toyota. Visit your local Toyota dealership today. Toyota, let's go places.
At halftime from Camp Randall Stadium, Alabama leads Wisconsin 21-3. Welcome to the Full Moon Barbecue Halftime Report. I'm Roger Hoover. The game stats and facts are brought to you by Cadence Bank. Your team, your cadence. After it was a 7-3 lead for the Crimson Tide at the end of the first 15 minutes, in the second quarter we saw Alabama outscore Wisconsin 14-0. The game stats and facts brought to you by Cadence Bank. Your team, your cadence. So far passing the football, Jalen Milroe 9 of 12 for 130 yards and 2 touchdowns. 1 touchdown to Ryan Williams, 1 to Jeremy Bernard. Leading the way on the ground, Jalen Milroe 8 carries for 50 yards. He also has 1 touchdown, 5 rushing touchdowns already through just 3 games for Jalen Milroe so far this season. Meanwhile, for Wisconsin, the Badgers held to only 148 yards of total offense compared to Alabama's 224. 71 yards passing for the Badgers, 77 yards on the ground, but Alabama with the advantage 21-3 at halftime here in Madison. The Domino's Drive for Dough is presented by your locally owned and operated Domino's in Tuscaloosa. If Bama scores on the first drive of the second half, Kathy Harlan from Decatur will win a gift card for the amount of yards in the scoring drive. Enter to win on the RolledTide.com contest page to be the next Domino's Drive for Dough winner. Again, the halftime score, Alabama 21 and Wisconsin 3. We'll continue with more of the Full Moon Barbecue Halftime Report. You know, in football, there's always a winner and there's a loser. But when it comes to great Southern barbecue, there's only one winner. Full Moon Barbecue, voted one of America's top 10 barbecue joints, and now 16 locations to serve you. Up next, Brian Houseworth at our studios will provide an Alabama Power scoreboard update. Once again, the score in Madison at halftime, Alabama 21, Wisconsin 3. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles? Imagine them tingling on your tongue. Fizzy deliciousness. Listen to that cascading liquid. A mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar. Crisp, refreshing, and ice cold. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
At Cadence Bank, we're here for all 4 quarters and overtime in your financial journey. Whether you're investing for the future, saving for a dream home, starting a business, or just needing to tackle life's financial challenges, we have the teammates, tools, and game plan to help you win. Experience a financial partner that comes in clutch. Visit cadencebank.com to learn more. Cadence Bank. Your team, your cadence. Member FDIC.
This is Alabama Crimson Tide football from Learfield.
Your moment has arrived. It's time to shed the normal day-to-day version of yourself and let your most fabulous self loose. Make your way to Wind Creek Wetumpka, because whatever your idea of fabulous is, this is where you'll find it. Wind Creek Wetumpka. It's your kind of fabulous. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
If you hear the words, "you have cancer," know you're not alone. At DCH's Lewis and Fay Manderson Cancer Center, we provide cancer care close to home with comprehensive services in a friendly, relaxed atmosphere. West Alabamians diagnosed with cancer have access to our state-of-the-art facility, highly skilled staff, and the most advanced equipment available. And if needed, our inpatient cancer care unit is right next door at DCH Regional Medical Center. Learn more at dchsystem.com/cancer.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield under the broadcasting rights granted by the University of Alabama. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the expressed written consent of the university and Learfield. Announcers are provided by Learfield and approved by the university. Live from the Learfield Network Studios, this is the College Scoreboard.
And a pleasant good afternoon, my friends, across the great state of Alabama and the southeastern United States. Our time is 12:48. This is your Alabama Power Scoreboard Update with the latest scores from the SEC and around the nation. Alabama Power is a proud supporter of the Crimson Tide. Alabama Power, power for a better Alabama. I'm Brian Houseworth, live in studio. Roll Tide, my friends. Number 4, Alabama, beating a tough Wisconsin team right now, 21-3 at halftime. We're going to get right to our halftime highlights. They are presented by Hellman's Mayonnaise. Tide fans, score a taste touchdown at your next tailgate with Hellman's. They are the official mayonnaise of Alabama Athletics. We appreciate them sponsoring my scoreboards as well. Great time to cook a sandwich right now and get yourself some mayonnaise. Number 4, Alabama beating Wisconsin 21-3. Jalen Milroe, outstanding. Workmanlike is probably the best way I'd say it, folks. 9 of 12, 130 yards, 2 touchdowns through the air.
Empty set for Milroe. Wide outs each side. Looking, firing towards the end zone. Has a man. Catch is made. Touchdown, Alabama.
And Jalen's also getting it done. Chris Stewart, by the way, on the call on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield. Jalen Milroe on the ground, about 50 yards running, and he has scored as well.
Tight end to the right side as well. Bernard going in motion, stops. He's basically another blocker, keeping himself Milroe, trying to get to the edge. He'll get to the 3. He'll get to the end zone. Touchdown, Alabama. Jalen Milroe from 3 yards out finds the end zone, and the Crimson Tide adds to its lead. 13-3 here in Madison with 9:43 to go first half.
Chris Stewart there with a call from Learfield again, 21-3 at the half. Tide fans, make Evans Williams Bourbon part of your game day traditions, tailgate parties, and of course, game-winning celebration. Evan Williams, Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, Bardstown, Kentucky, 43 to 45% alcohol by volume, 21 plus. Think wisely and drink wisely as well. We've got a lot of territory to cover in the SEC Top 25. We'll do that right after this. I'm Brian Houseworth, live in studio. This is Crimson Tide Football from Learfield.
This is what being a NASCAR fan is all about. Singular history and tradition.
Thank you, everybody, for coming out. This is so special.
And triple-header playoff action to ratchet up the stakes.
We gotta go.
Throw in a can't-miss concert, camping, and the legendary atmosphere of Talladega Boulevard. And you've got more than a race. You've got Talladega. NASCAR Playoffs Weekend in Talladega, October 4th through the 6th. Get your tickets now at TalladegaSuperspeedway.com.
Are you sick of pretending to like boring hard seltzers that leave you feeling bloated? Tired of drinking the same old light beer? No time to make a mixed drink with all those complicated ingredients? Then it's time for you to try something different. Beatbox is now an official sponsor of Alabama and the Crimson Tide Sports Network. Packing an 11.1 APV punch, each Beatbox is bursting with delicious flavors. Beatbox is gluten-free, low sugar, and resealable, so you can always take the party on the go. There ain't no party like a Beatbox party. Roll Tide. Please drink responsibly. Must be 21.
This is Crimson and White Country. This is Alabama Crimson Tide football from Learfield.
You can find all Crimson Tide Sports Network video content online on the CTSN YouTube page. It's the home of the live booth camp presented by Yay Alabama. Episodes of Crimson Drive driven by NASCAR, plus replays of Crimson Tide Rewind. Our YouTube Shorts will deliver thrilling Alabama radio highlights, plus interview clips from Alabama student athletes and coaches that you can't miss. Subscribe to the Crimson Tide Sports Network on YouTube for the very latest on the Alabama Crimson Tide.
At Cadence Bank, we're here for all 4 quarters and overtime in your financial journey. Whether you're investing for the future, saving for a dream home, starting a business, or just needing to tackle life's financial challenges, we have the teammates, tools, and game plan to help you win. Experience a financial partner that comes in clutch. Visit cadencebank.com to learn more. Cadence Bank. Your team, your cadence. Member FDIC.
Live from the Learfield Network Studios, this is the College Scoreboard.
And a pleasant good afternoon, my friends, here at halftime. One more time across the great state of Alabama. I'm Brian Houseworth, live in studio, and your halftime scoreboard brought to you by Alabama Power. It's power for a better Alabama. Here at 12:52, Alabama leading Wisconsin 21-3. In the SEC right now, what a game we've got at Williams-Brice Stadium. Number 16 LSU has just scored. South Carolina's lead cut right now 24-16. About a minute to play before half. Sellers, their great quarterback at Carolina, Lenore Sellers, 92 yards rushing, 2 scores.
Here's Sellers. Quarterback draw, right side, they clip him again, he reaches out. Touchdown Carolina. Touchdown Lenore Sellers from 4 yards out. His second rushing touchdown of the season, and what a drive by Carolina.
How it sounded on the Gamecock Radio Network. Todd Ellis there on the call. How about Bill O'Brien, number 24, Boston College? They're leading right now, number 6, Missouri, 14-6 at Brofield and Columbia. About a minute to play, or a couple of minutes to play in the first half. And Castellanos, so you'll be watching him on Sundays. He's Boston College's quarterback. 2 touchdowns.
Uh-oh, look out. Castellanos just lost the snap. Throws it up for grabs for Harris. Has it. Plus 40 to the 30. Outside 20. 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. Boston College. Are you kidding me? Thomas Castellanos to Reed Harris. 67 yards. Do I even have to ask? Take him out.
Boston College Radio Network from Learfield for that call. 14-6. Boston College with a lead. Auburn, New Mexico playing in a little bit. In the top 25, number 13, Oklahoma State at half, leading Tulsa 28-0 to just kicked to start the second half. Civil War coming up. Number 9, Oregon and Oregon State. That game coming your way here in a moment. I'm Brian Houseworth, live in studio, brought to you by Alabama Power. Next up, your second half kickoff. Chris Stewart, Tyler, Roger, and Damian right after this. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Tide fans, Golden Flake Snacks have been a proud partner with the Tide family for 67 years. The South's original potato chip, Golden Flake Snacks are delicious fan favorites because they're crafted from traditional Southern recipes. From crispy, perfectly flavored potato chips to light and airy pork rinds and fluffy, cheesy cheese puffs. Golden Flake Snacks are a winning combination with Alabama football. Share Golden Flake Snacks with your Tide family and friends. Simple, Southern goodness. That's Golden Flake.
Your moment has arrived. It's time to shed the normal day-to-day version of yourself and let your most fabulous self loose. Make your way to Wind Creek Atmore, because whatever your idea of fabulous is, this is where you'll find it. Wind Creek Atmore. It's your kind of fabulous. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The Ford F-150 Highlight Show is coming at you.
Let's talk about the most connected and smartest F-150 ever.
Available head-up display, lots of integrated tech, and a standard large 12-inch touchscreen.
Literally a truckload of technology.
Designed to help you get things done in the smartest way possible.
With the power and performance you'd expect from a built Ford Tough F-150.
For the latest offers in the best-selling pickup in Alabama, see your local Ford dealer today. Based on S&P Global Mobility Total U.S. New Vehicle Registration for the standard full-size pickup segment calendar year-to-date, April 2024.
If you're looking for the best selection in Crimson Tide apparel, look no further than the Soup Store. The Soup Store is every Bama fan's ultimate destination for the hottest gear and accessories, with 3 great locations around campus to serve you: in Tuscaloosa on campus at the University Student Center, on the Strip in front of Bryant-Denny Stadium, and on Bryant Drive. If you can't get to Tuscaloosa, shop the Soup Store online at soupstore.ua.edu. The Soup Store is a proud partner of Alabama Athletics.
1, 2, 3. This has been the Full Moon Barbecue Halftime Report. Full Moon Barbecue, the best little pork house in Alabama. Alabama football is also brought to you by Cadence Bank. Your team, your cadence. Barkley GMC. Barkley Buick GMC, where Barkley makes it easy. Hellman's, the official mayonnaise of Alabama athletics. And by Toyota. Visit your local Toyota dealership today. Toyota, let's go places. Now let's go back to the stadium for the call of the second half.
Alabama 21, Wisconsin 3 as we get ready to start the third quarter. The prescription for success in the second half presented by Payless Drugs. Payless Drugs is your locally owned family pharmacy with 4 locations in the Birmingham area. Payless can handle your prescriptions, over-the-counter solutions, and home delivery. Visit mynewpharmacy.com to pay less. Tyler Watts, what's the prescription for success?
Well, here in the second half, it's all about ball control, making sure that you're doing well on first and second down. I got to think that Wisconsin is going to try to scheme up some more pressure packages, because if they leave Jalen Milroe clean in the pocket and they're not making him move, he's going to pick this secondary apart.
21-3, Alabama leads Wisconsin. Before we start the third quarter, let's pause 10 seconds for station ID. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network. Alabama 21, Wisconsin 3 as we start the third quarter. Today's game is presented by Everwood, the official treated lumber of Alabama athletics. Everwood, wood treated right. At Camp Randall Stadium, we're inside the Alabama Credit Union broadcast booth. Feel good about your money with Alabama Credit Union. Once again on the call in the second half, here is the voice of the Crimson Tide, Chris Stewart.
Roger, thank you so very much. An exciting half, at least in terms of the way it ended for Alabama. Wisconsin trying to cut into a 14-3 Bama lead, missed a field goal, and then the Tide only needing 2 plays to go virtually the length of the field and make it a 21-3 ball game, and really trying to take the air completely out of the stadium if they could find a way to put points on the board to begin this third quarter of action. Wisconsin to kick off. Alabama's deep man, Kendrick Law, and he'll watch another kick sail through the back of the end zone off the foot of Gavin Lamb, who handles the kickoffs and does a nice job with that. So Alabama with it, 1st and 10 once again. Tyler Watts trying to make sure that they don't allow Wisconsin to pick up any momentum here themselves early in quarter number 3.
Yeah, it's crucial here. You want to make sure you have good focus and execution across the front. Can't have any negative plays open up here this third period.
1 wide out left, 2 bunched in right. Richard Young is the running back. Play action to him as Milroe rolls the pocket. Pump fake, now fires. Catch is made. Bernard in the open field. Bernard 45, hit at the 47. Spun around, goes down right there. I'm not sure that Jeremy didn't pick that off from a teammate. There were a couple of guys there in the area, but a 23-yard pickup nonetheless.
Yeah, Ryan Williams was also there dragging across the formation. I think that's who the ball was actually intended for, but Jalen Milroe bought himself enough time to be able to survey the field down.
Young, the freshman from Lehigh Acres, Florida, in the ball game. Play action to him again. Swing it out to Bernard. Gets a block, goes down the left side, bumped out of bounds just shy of the first down mark by about 3 yards, but a nice block. I think it was Kendrick Law on that little bubble screen, able to spring him for the good yardage down the left side.
Yeah, Kendrick actually lost contact initially, but then able to keep his feet and come back and pick up a key block to spring him loose.
Young checks out. Jam Miller comes in to replace him for the Crimson Tide. Handoff goes to Jam right up the gut. He'll get about 5 yards, and that's enough to move the sticks, or is it? Maybe a half-yard shy. Darrell Peterson, the outside linebacker, made the stop, but 3rd and a foot for Alabama upcoming right here. Operating from the 43-yard line of Wisconsin. Bama 4 of 7 on 3rd downs. Milroe keeps it himself. 1st down and more. Ball was on the deck, but I think Bama got on it. I'm not so sure he wasn't already down when the ball came loose, but regardless, Alabama fell on it.
Going on the field as the runner was down.
Yep.
It's 1st down, Alabama.
And again, runner was down, but how about the hustle of the lineman, notably Caden Proctor, diving in there and falling on the football, even though it still would have been Bama's possession. That's great hustle to see, and also in terms of his health, good to see that he's able to make that kind of play.
Yeah, but one still. Jalen Milroe needs to hold on the ball so that Caden Proctor doesn't have to dive for it.
Well, then there's that. Here's 1st and 10 Alabama. Another bank first. 1st down for the Crimson Tide. With Miller in the backfield to the right of Milroe. Jalen will call the play. 2 wideouts right, 2 tight ends as well. It'll be Miller right up the gut. 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. 34 yards. Jam Miller pushes Alabama further ahead. It is now 27-3 with 12:40 to go in the 3rd.
And sometimes in these zone concepts, you get beat so bad play side that you over pursue. Wisconsin is guilty of that as they're slanting the line. They over pursue the play. Jam Miller sees it, plants his foot, and is able to cut to the backside. Now, because Jalen Milroe is going out the backside, that holds the safety and prevents him from feeling in that gap that would have been a short gain.
Once again, it will be Nicholson to try the extra point. He boots it through, and Alabama makes it a 28-3 lead. Timeout on the field will break as well. The Tide firmly in control early in the 3rd quarter, trying to keep it that way on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Some days you hit snooze, but not today. Today you have to go on a run to get burgers for the tailgate. You've got to haul something heavy, a cooler stocked with Bud Light. When you've got beer and football, nothing is hard. Until the other team scores. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. 21 plus, copyright 2024 Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
At Cadence Bank, we're here for all 4 quarters and overtime in your financial journey. Whether you're investing for the future, saving for a dream home, starting a business, or just needing to tackle life's financial challenges, we have the teammates, tools, and game plan to help you win. Experience a financial partner that comes in clutch. Visit cadencebank.com to learn more. Cadence Bank. Your team, your cadence. Member FDIC.
Tide fans, let's take a 30-second time out for a quick mental getaway to Pensacola. Sugar white sands, crystal clear waters. Remember, your perfect getaway is just a short drive away. So hit the road for the ultimate time out from the hustle and bustle. Fresh seafood, stunning sunsets, and relaxing beaches. All waiting for you in Pensacola. Saturdays with the Tide and any day with your toes in the sand. That's the way to beach. Plan your getaway at visitpensacola.com.
Alabama 28, Wisconsin 3, still 12:40 remaining in this 3rd quarter. The Bromberg's Forever Diamond scoring drive for the Crimson Tide. 5 plays, 75 yards, 2 minutes, 20 seconds off the clock as Jam Miller picks up a 34-yard rushing touchdown. Speaking of that drive for dough presented by Domino's, 75 yards, so Kathy Harlan from Decatur wins a gift card for $75 in the scoring drive. You can enter to win on the RolledTime.com contest page to be the next Domino's drive for dough winner. Tyler, great balance there for Alabama. 46 yards on the ground that drive, 29 yards through the air as Milroe was 2 for 2.
I loved how we had the quick hitters, though. We weren't allowing that defensive front or the secondary to get into the backfield on Jalen Milroe, getting rid of the ball quickly. spreading them out, put them up the middle a couple of times. Very impressive drive to open
Number 3 of Alabama is pointing as number 10.
(28-3), Alabama leading it here at Camp Randall. As once more, Connor Talty will kick off for the Crimson Tide. Benny Anthony is the deep man for the Badgers, and he will wait on this one, and we'll watch it sail into the end zone for another touchback. Bama missed an early field goal, not a chip shot by any stretch, but the only attempt of the year missed by Nicholson, wide right. Since that point, Bama almost perfect in the kicking game as well. So once more, here comes Wisconsin without their starter. Tyler Van Dyke injured on the first drive of the game. He'll have Will Paulding and Bryson Green split wide right. One wide left. They'll hand it off, and fighting forward across the 25 to about the 26-yard line was Ches Malusi. Jamarian Latham there on the stop for the Crimson Tide.
Well, Jihad Campbell also doing a nice job scraping down the line of scrimmage. Wisconsin really struggling on first down, running the ball on the previous few drives, and that's key for this Alabama defense, forcing them into obvious passing situations.
2nd and 9 upcoming. 4 wide outs available, but they dump it to the man out of the backfield who makes the grab, lowers his shoulder, and gets to the first down mark. Malusi again with the grab.
And Deontay Lawson is not happy about that. He thought he should have had corner help. And instead, Xavier Brown collapsed on the slant route.
King Mack credited with the stop. It'll be a first down for the Badgers with the clock moving under 11:45 to go now in the third quarter. Bama up 28-3. Handoff. Once more up the gut. Malusi again on the carry and again moves the chains. Jihad Campbell makes the stop, but not until he picks up 11, maybe 12 on the play.
And it's a numbers game. With this zone concept, it's either bounce it to the outside, play side, or you always have the backside, depending on how Alabama is formation-wise, personnel-wise, and if they do a good job on the run fits on the backside.
Giacomelli checks in for Wisconsin in the backfield. He is to the right now of Locke. Locke will hand it off to him. Giacomelli trying to get to the edge. Now cuts it back, picks up 5-6 yards before he is chopped down. Damani Jackson making the hit, but Giacomelli slow to get up. He took a clean hit, but one to the upper part of the right leg, it looked like, as he checks out, and Tawee Walker will come in to replace him. Talked about the physicality of Wisconsin, but it's been Bama who's leveled some very clean but tough hits in this ball game that have had an impact. Walker and Darian Dupree in the backfield right now. The handoff will go to Dupree. His first carry of the day. He gets inside the 45 of Alabama to the 44-yard line. It'll set up 3rd and a yard.
Well, and I think the center snapped that ball a little early because he was the only offensive lineman to move. It allowed Alabama to get a good jump. But I think that Wisconsin still was able to pick up the first down.
They did. They looked at it again and gave him the first down, so moved the sticks once more for Wisconsin. Glad you're with us here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network. Alabama a 28-3 lead. 10 minutes and ticking. Time left third quarter here from Camp Randall Stadium in Madison, Wisconsin. The Badgers on the drive at the Alabama 43. They'll hand it off left side. Cutting it back with a flag on the play. Spun around and tackled was Tawee Walker. Justin Jefferson made the hit. Fresh legs for Justin.
Offense, number 57. 10-yard penalty, first down.
Jake Renfro, the center, flag on the play, but finishing the thought, Justin Jefferson had to miss the first half due to a targeting call in the second half of last week's win against South Florida. Thankfully, Alabama didn't miss him a whole lot, at least in terms of the results, but good to have him back and available, and he has been playing very well for Alabama early.
Yeah, he has. In the previous couple of games, he has been one of the leading tacklers on the defensive side.
Was the leading tackler in the last game before he had to exit in the late third quarter, maybe early fourth. of that one against the Bulls. Now, on second down, pass flipped out, batted away, and they'll call it an incomplete pass. L.T. Overton got a hand on that swing pass that was intended, I believe, for Malusi out of the backfield.
Yeah, and it's a good thing that he did. Malusi had us outflanked. Jahad Campbell was trying to cover him from the box, but he had a good 10, 15-yard head start. It would have been a big gainer for Wisconsin.
9:28 time on the clock, third quarter. Alabama, the 28-3 lead as the Badgers operate from their own 47-yard line. Walker in the backfield to the left of Braden Locke, the transfer from Mississippi State in his third year out of high school in Texas. Pass thrown left side, catch is made, I believe. Boy, a big hit by Malachi Moore, but a great grab by Vinny Anthony II. And a wonderful throw, too, on the part of Locke. He had to split two defenders.
Yeah, he saw that we brought corner pressure with Deshaun Jones, and that allowed Saab to slide over the top. But there's that voided area once again between the safety and the corner route. Saab actually almost got a finger on it. In fact, I think he did tip it.
Yeah, Keon Sabb, the defensive back for Alabama, almost able to knock it away. Instead, it will be a pickup that results in a 3rd and 7, 16 yards on the gain, but now 3rd and about 4. Looking, backpedaling, trying to keep the play alive, unloading it, but that's going to be a fumble, I believe, and Alabama should have it. No, they say incomplete pass as Braden Locke was hit by L.T. Overton. The ball came squirting out, but they said his arm was going forward at the time.
Yeah, the center judge did throw his beanbag, but then the head referee came in and said no, incomplete pass. I think that's pretty close.
See if they stop play to review this one, as Wisconsin's going to hurry out on 4th and 4, and they will go for it here midway through the third quarter, and down 28-3. They're 1 of 2 on 4th down conversions, Butch tells me, and they are going to review this. Tyler, what do you think?
Well, I think that Wisconsin's probably a little concerned about what they're going to do offensively.
Incomplete pass is under further review. Timeout on the field.
It was not a called timeout, so they will review this one, and we'll take the timeout with them. 8:35 to go. We're in the third quarter. It's all Bam at the moment. 28-3 over Wisconsin on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like, you know, to check that your seats aren't in the visitor section first before buying tickets.
I'm so excited for this game. I can't believe you got us tickets.
Me too. Wait, are we on the wrong side?
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds.
This is going to be a long game.
You're in good hands with Allstate.
Savings vary, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
The home of Bear and Saban. This is Alabama Crimson Tide football from Learfield.
Your moment has arrived. It's time to shed the normal day-to-day version of yourself and let your most fabulous self loose. Make your way to Wind Creek, Wetumpka, because whatever your idea of fabulous is, this is where you'll find it. Wind Creek, Wetumpka. It's your kind of fabulous. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Here at Payless Drugs, we continue to be just what the doctor ordered. We know getting the medicine you need is especially important during these unique times. And for your safety and convenience, we offer a drive-through at every location. Plus, we have prescription delivery and contactless pickup at all locations. Now's the time to take care of your immunization needs. Stop by any of our convenient locations today.
Just what the doctor ordered. Payless Drugs.
8:35 left to go in the third quarter. Alabama 28, Wisconsin 3. And the previous play was under review, brought to you by BuildSubmarines.com, and it has been ruled an incomplete pass as the Crimson Tide will have 4th down and 4. Wisconsin will have the football 4th down and 4 at the 37-yard line coming up. Again, the Crimson Tide leading 28-3. Want to remind you to make Evan Williams Bourbon part of your game day tradition, tailgate parties, and of course, game-winning celebrations. Evan Williams, Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, Bardstown, Kentucky. 43 to 45% alcohol by volume, 21 plus. Think wisely, drink wisely.
Alabama forcing a 4th and a long 3.5 actually.
Wisconsin loves to bunch here and run little option routes that can be both man and zone beaters, either to Will Pauling or Vinny Anthony.
Cade Giacomelli is the running back, or at least it appears that's who will be in the backfield, along with quarterback Braden Locke. Set a Texas State record with 128 passing touchdowns coming out of Rockwall High School. Number 2 in all-time passing yards at 11,182. 4th and a long 3. 2 wide out, stacked right side, 2 split left. They'll swing it to the man out of the backfield, making the catch, fighting forward. Did he get the mark? I believe he did by a yard. Giacomelli making the grab, and that was designed from the beginning. Everything else was window dressing.
Little pick play right there. It was Sab or Deontay Smith that came in as Sab, and he just got drove back a yard or so.
Boy, that is... Tell you what, I'd love to see that again, but they're going to snap it too quickly. Giacomelli will work his way forward inside the 20 and drag defenders down to the 15-yard line. Hanging on for dear life for Malachi Moore and also Deshaun Jones, but not until Giacomelli gets 17 on the play. Inside the Bama red zone at the 15. Handoff Giacomelli again, left side, cutting it inside to the 10 and getting close to another first down for Wisconsin. Jahad Campbell is the man who made the stop. It'll be 8 yards on the pickup, 2nd and 2 here. Wisconsin in their best rhythm of the day offensively as they'll stretch it left and then get stacked up. Alabama able to bunch things up with Keon Sabb being among about 5 Crimson helmets that were there. Gain of a yard, but it is now 3rd and a yard from the 6. 7-10 and ticking time left here in the third with Bama up big 28-3. Badgers operating from the pistol again.
You got to dig in right here. Nothing up the middle and watch the quarterback on the backside keep.
Right behind the quarterback is Tawee Walker. Walker will get the handoff, runs left, cuts it back, gets hit from the backside, but falls forward inside the 5-yard line to the 4. That'll be enough to move the sticks. It'll be 1st and goal from the Alabama 4-yard line. Again, Alabama's only given up 1 touchdown through 2.5 games this year. That was a week ago to South Florida. They have bent but not broken very much. Malusi in the backfield to the right side of Locke. 2 wideouts right, 1 left. Tight ends to the right side. Handoff Malusi trying to read the front. Doesn't see anything and is going to be brought down on the left side for a gain of a yard, maybe a yard and a half. Tim Keenan III is there for Alabama. 2nd and goal from outside the 2.
Now's when you really need these backers to step up hard in these holes that are created up the middle. They got to be there and run support in the front line. You can't allow any push by that offensive line. Normally where you see some sort of play action pass.
Giacomelli is now the running back to the right side. 2 wideouts right. Tight end shifts over to the right side and Nowakowski. Handoff. Big hit leveled though. Coming from the edge was Keon Sabb. He had some help coming from the other side, though, and slow to get up, but hopefully he will. Now a whistle, and the player down for Alabama is going to stay there for a moment.
Yeah, that's Malachi Moore. He and Keon Sabb kind of collided at the ball carrier. I wouldn't be surprised
on the field.
if this is just I got the wind knocked out of me.
It's an Andrews Sports Medicine injury timeout. Andrews Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Center, the official sports medicine provider for the Crimson Tide football team. And as you said, Malachi down. We'll take the timeout with them. 5:16 to go in the third. 28-3. Bama leading Wisconsin on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
At Red Diamond, we know that there's simply nothing better than the perfect sip of fresh brewed iced tea. And we've been working hard to make sure choosing Red Diamond is always easy, with only simple ingredients: water, tea leaves, and pure cane sugar, or no sugar. We make sure our tea tastes like, well, tea. Stop by your local cooler and pick up a gallon for a perfect sip today. Red Diamond. Perfect's not easy.
This is Alabama Crimson Tide football from Learfield.
Let's huddle up and make things happen with the only cards for T-Town. The University of Alabama Regions Visa Debit Card and Prepaid Regions Now Card. They're a win for your wallet and a big roll tide, whether you're purchasing stuff for game day or every day. Want to go all in on confidently showing your Tide pride? Order your card now at regions.com/GoBama. Regions, official bank of the SEC. Member FDIC. Terms, conditions, and fees apply.
Tide fans, are you ready for game day in Tuscaloosa? Don't miss the ultimate pregame experience this season at Vector Security Champions Lane, opening 4 hours before each home game. This fan fest has everything you need to get pumped for kickoff. Located next to the Walk of Champions, you'll enjoy live music, player autographs, the best food trucks from all over Alabama, and ice-cold beer in our Legends Lounge beer garden, where there's never a cover charge. Check out championslane.com each week for the latest updates. Roll Tide! 5:16 left to go in the third quarter. It's Alabama 28 and Wisconsin 3. Good to see Malachi Moore be helped off of his feet and run back to the Crimson Tide sideline. He is being attended to in the injury tent for the Crimson Tide. Our radio affiliate of the game, WBBK 93.1 FM in Dothan. Follow the Crimson Tide Sports Network on Facebook. Tell us where you're listening from for a chance to win 2 free meals from Jack's. Thank you to 93.1 FM in Dothan, Alabama, carrying Crimson Tide football this season. Also, Tyler Van Dyke, starting quarterback for Wisconsin, out for the rest of the game in street clothes on the Badger sideline. 3rd and goal, Wisconsin, inside the Bama 5-yard line. Handoff goes the deep man, nowhere to go as he gets stacked up and run down. Tawee Walker hit by Jihad Campbell, and he rides him to the turf, setting up a 4th and goal from the 3, and a no-doubter here for Wisconsin. They're going to go for it down 28-3 with less than 5 minutes to go in the third quarter of this ball game. They are 2 of 3 on 4th down so far. They'll go with an empty set for the quarterback, Braden Locke. 3 wideouts right, 2 stacked left. They'll bring a man to join him in the backfield now in Yakimelli. Locke gets the snap, fires, end zone. It is caught. Did he hang on to it? He did. Touchdown, Wisconsin. Will Paulding made the grab on the quick read, and for just the second time in 3 ball games, Alabama's given up a touchdown. But boy, did they have to earn it there. 17 plays, 75 yards, taking 8:14 off the game clock. That is your scoring drive recap, as Alabama sees Wisconsin find the end zone for the first time today. 28-9 now our score. Is on to try the extra point will be Vakos. Snap and spot are good. The kick is up, and Vakos converts the extra point. So Wisconsin trying to make a game of it. They've got it to 28-10. 4:26 remaining in the third quarter of play. We're back after this on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Hey there, Bob Baumhauer again. Baumhauer's Victory Grill is extremely proud to have recently received numerous awards, including being voted Best Wings in the state of Alabama. Other awards received include Best All-Around Restaurant, Best American Restaurant, #1 Sports Bar, Best Chef, Best Wings, and Best Dining Experience. Thank you for 43 legendary years, and we look forward to providing you an award-winning dining experience at every visit. Baumhauer's Victory Grill. Legendary fun, legendary food.
This is Alabama Crimson Tide football from Learfield.
The Alabama Insider Podcast is the official podcast of Crimson Tide Athletics. Catch full episodes of Head Coach and the Kalen DeBoer Show, Crimson Tide Rewind, Crimson Tide Today Daily Reports, plus full interviews from Crimson Drive driven by NASCAR. Download and subscribe to the Alabama Insider Podcast on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, and all podcast platforms. Roll Tide with the Alabama Insider Podcast.
Hey parents and kids, it's a perfect time for students to read their way to the Iron Bowl, in AEA's Be a Champion and Read contest. AEA wants to help K-6 students to be academic champions, just like the Alabama Crimson Tide. Students who participate in the Be a Champion and Read challenge could win tickets to the Iron Bowl and a chance to take the field on game day. Ask your teacher about contest rules. Encourage your child to be an AEA champion reader and win a trip to the 2024 Iron Bowl.
First touchdown of the day for Wisconsin. It's now Alabama 28 and Wisconsin 10. Still 4:26 left to go in the third quarter. Huge shout out to Big Mike Steakhouse for taking care of our broadcast crew all season long. A big thank you to Big Mike, Scott, Kane, Michael, Brad, Casey, and the whole staff for the great food and the warm Southern hospitality. With restaurants now in Thomasville, Andalusia, Lee County, Gunnersville, Orange Beach, and Moundville. You're always close to a Big Mike Steakhouse. Visit online at BigMikeSteakhouse.com. We go down to our Cooks Pest Control sideline reporter Damian Square as Malachi Moore was shaken up earlier for the Tide. Right now he's being walked back to Alabama's locker room. But how did Malachi's absence impact that touchdown we just saw for Wisconsin?
Yeah, it probably made it, created some substitution issues on the goal line. You're never ready for that situation until it happens. Unfortunately, we had a linebacker covering a receiver. So that's probably what created that problem right there. But, hey, you got to live with the punches, man.
You do indeed. And, again, if you're going to give up points, at least you made them use 17 plays and 8 minutes and 14 off the clock. Still an 18-point lead. We're a long way from the finish line, I understand, but it's not as if they just zipped down the field in a quick amount of time to put their first touchdown of the day on the board.
And our offense basically has just experienced another halftime. They've been on the sidelines sitting around. They need to respond.
Gavin Lom on to kickoff. And boots this one, and I do mean boots it. Man, it went about 4 yards beyond the back of the end zone before it touched down. So there's 3 of 3 on touchbacks. Kicking off, and Alabama will have it 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line.
So last series, it was spreading the ball out through the air to soften up this defense. As Alabama come back and do the exact same. Wilkin Farmby checks in at right tackle for Alabama.
Justice Haynes, the single setback to the right of Milroe, operating as always from the pistol. Fakes the handoff, keeps it himself. RPO, getting a block, gets to the edge, gets out of bounds. That's a nice job on the adjustment by Kendrick Law, who was originally the receiver, but when he realized that Jalen was going to have to throw it, he became a blocker and allowed him to pick up about 3 yards.
And Caleb Odom did it also a nice job of being patient. He had an opportunity to peel back and get one of the Wisconsin defenders in the ear hole, and he held off because that would have been a penalty.
Everybody bunched in on both sides, 2 wideouts to each side. But again, everybody bunched in tight. Jalen, quarterback keep left side, trying to cut it back. Stretches forward across the 30. Does not get to the 31. It'll still be 3rd and 4.5 upcoming for Alabama. Leon Lowry, the outside linebacker, makes the hit as Bama hurries to the line of scrimmage, trying to keep Wisconsin off rhythm. Bama 5 of 8 on 3rd downs. They've got 3rd and long 4 here. Milroe looking, dancing, stepping up in the pocket, pump fake, trying to get to the edge, but he's going to be wrapped up and brought down. That's a heck of a stop defensively on the part of Leon Lowry again, the outside linebacker, who was able to bring down Jalen Milroe in the open field. And the Wisconsin defense does its job in terms of giving the Badgers hope. They force a 3-and-out after the Wisconsin touchdown.
Yeah, this is just a three-man rush, so all the defenders are in the secondary for Wisconsin, and this is a question where he either needs help by his receivers helping him in the scramble drill, or go ahead and pull it down sooner and get the first down.
Tyrell Henry, the deep man for Wisconsin, as Burnip is on to punt again for Alabama. He's had a successful day, averaging 59 yards on his 2 punts thus far. Another high spiraling kick. Fair catch made right at the 20-yard line by Henry. But another excellent punt. 51 yards with all sorts of hang time on that one. And the Badgers will have it 1st and 10.
Well, the defense has to respond here. They gave up a 17-play drive on the previous possession. They got to find a way to create either a turnover or force a punt.
Again, it's an 18-point lead at the moment with 2:33 to go in this third quarter. But before the folks start jumping around, as is tradition, you don't want them to give a whole lot to jump even more about. 3 wideouts left, 1 right. We've got flags down. I think procedure is going to be the call against Wisconsin.
False start. Offense, number 38. 5-yard penalty. First down.
They get the tight end, Tucker Ashcraft, for that one. Third penalty, 18 yards on the home team here in Madison. So back them up just across the 15-yard line. Handoff, and not a lot of running room. Ball on the deck, scramble for it. Bama says they have it. Let's see. They do. Crimson Tide with its second takeaway of the day. Q Robinson recovers the fumble after it was knocked loose from Cade Yakimelli.
Throwing on the field as a fumble, recovered by the defense.
It was Deontay Lawson who initially made contact, and then as he was going to the ground, stripped it away from Yakimelli. Heads up play there by number 0.
You see guys reaching, trying to pull it loose, and sometimes guys pick up additional yardage because of it, but this time Q Robinson able to fall on the loose ball after it was stripped away by Deontay, and Bama knocking on the door again. They turned the takeaway into points last time. Let's see if they do it again here. Jam Miller in the backfield. Jalen at QB. 2 wideouts left, 2 tight ends right. They bring a man in motion right side, hand it off to Jam. Gets a block on the edge, cuts it back, fights forward to the 11. It will be 2nd down and 3 from there. Jeremy Bernard, the wide receiver, gave him a block on the edge.
Heck of a job by Bernard. But once Jam Miller is able to get to the outside, he doesn't try to shake or juke any defensive back. He's a one-cut guy. They'll set him up to the outside, dip it back under. We can pick up 4 or 5 yards with our leg strength.
Miller in the backfield next to Milroe. 3 wideouts left this time, among them Kendrick Burton in the slot. Keeping it himself will be Milroe. Waited, now bounces right. Gets to the edge, gets out of bounds, stopping the clock with 1:43 to go in quarter number 3. And now they'll restart the clock. Again, a new rule change this year, speeding up play. But it will have 3rd and about a yard upcoming for Alabama, where the Tide is 5 of 9 on 3rd down conversions this year. Boy, it'd be great to go ahead and punch this thing in and take the air out once more. Keeping it himself, Milroe cuts it back 5, 4-3, 2-1 touchdown. Jalen Milroe with the block from Jam Miller finds pay dirt, and Alabama pushes the lead to 34-10.
They love to use 4 inside the 10-yard line. He's that defender there, the offensive guy that you cannot account for. And I'm with you. I think that this is Not sure if it was a zone read or if Jam Miller was just aware to see the hole and understand there wasn't one person there preventing his quarterback from being able to get in the end zone.
Nicholson on to try the extra point. Trying to get the lead to 25 again. Snap and spot and kick. All executed well, and the Tide rolls to a 25-point advantage with 1:11 to play. A great answer, Damian Square, from this Bama offense after the defense gives up points and then gets a takeaway.
That's awesome, man. That's exactly how you want to respond. It seemed like the halftime adjustment was that those guys were overflowing to some of the runs, so you're starting to see some of the runs stay front side. I saw Jalen do the zone read. He didn't give it to the running back. He stayed front side and ran downhill to the end zone.
Damian Square, our Cook's Pest Control sideline reporter, and, of course, three-time national champion for the Crimson Tide, as well as we've got 1:11 left to go in this third quarter. And I think what we're going to see is the Wisconsin faithful jump around and then jump for the nearest exit. Once more, Connor Talty on to kick off. 3 of his kicks have resulted in touchbacks on the 5 kickoffs today. He boots this one towards the end zone, and it will be fielded and returned from the goal line. 15 and stacked up and down at the 17-yard line was once again Vinny Anthony II, trying to make something happen, and instead he gets knocked to the turf, as many of the Badgers have in this ball game today.
And Emmanuel Henderson, he's the one you're always hearing going from 3 to 10, makes the tackle.
Right. So here comes Wisconsin again with Braden Locke, the QB. Tawee Walker, the wideout, or excuse me, the running back. C.J. Williams among those, split wide right. Play action. Locke looking, rolling right, firing, has a man, catch is made, and tiptoeing down the sidelines, or did he? Nope, got bumped out of bounds. Back at the 43-yard line. It was Pauling who almost took that one to the house, but got shoved out of bounds.
Pauling just did a really nice job of working back to the quarterback. He sold the inside zone read. He had one-on-one coverage with Keon Sabb and was able to create separation.
Trek Kekahuna, the new running back, or new wide receiver, I should say, as Pauling checks out. 26 yards on that play, by the way. Setting things up from their own 43. 1st and 10 Badgers. Looking to throw. They've got a man. He is open, but it's incomplete. Boy, that was the new man in the game, Kekahuna, and he had about 4 steps on Red Morgan, the freshman out of Phoenix City. Got burned on that one, but that's going to happen with freshmen from time to time.
Devontae Smith came over to him after the play as almost to say, hey, next play,
Indian
shake that one off, learn up
receiver downfield, offense number 56, 5-yard penalty, first down.
Well, they called a lineman downfield, and Joe Brunner, he's the left guard. I don't know how he had time to get downfield. 4 penalties, 23 yards. It'll be 1st and 15 now for the Badgers with 23 seconds remaining in this third quarter. Handoff goes up the middle, trying to bounce it to the edge, but man, Tawee Walker got brought down by a number of crimson jerseys, including Jamarian Latham and Justin Jefferson.
And Justin Jefferson is the one that made this play. He didn't get in on the tackle, but he set the edge and forced the ball carrier to bounce to the outside where he had additional help.
Third quarter comes to a close. Alabama doing the jumping in this place. 35-10, the Tide rolling. We're back with a fourth quarter in a moment on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
The Lilly Company is your local supplier for Toyota and Clark Industrial Forklift trucks. With 6 locations in Alabama, the Lilly Company offers new, used, and rental equipment, as well as being an authorized parts and service dealer. More than just lift trucks, the Lilly Company is your one-stop shop when it comes to equipping your business or warehouse with the latest and most innovative material handling products and time-saving solutions. Check us out at LillyForklifts.com, proud partner of the Alabama Crimson Tide.
The Crimson Tide plays here. This is Alabama Crimson Tide football from Learfield.
Firing downfield, has a man. Catch is made. Touchdown, Alabama.
See the call as we make the call. Watch the booth cam presented by Yay Alabama for each and every Alabama football game. Streaming live on all CTSN social media platforms, you can get a front row seat to every touchdown and every great play reaction from Chris Stewart, Tyler Watts, and the entire Alabama radio crew. Watch on YouTube, Facebook, and X at UA_CTSN.
This is what being a NASCAR fan is all about. Singular history and tradition.
Thank you, everybody, for coming out. This is so special.
And triple-header playoffs action to ratchet up the stakes.
We gotta go.
Throw in a can't-miss concert, camping, and the legendary atmosphere of Talladega Boulevard. And you've got more than a race. You've got Talladega. NASCAR Playoffs Weekend at Talladega, October 4th through the 6th. Get your tickets now at TalladegaSuperspeedway.com.
Quick Alabama Power scoreboard update right now in Tallahassee. Memphis leading Florida State by a 20-9 score. Third quarter recap presented by Knox Pest Control. 80 years of experience. Knox Pest Control serving communities of Alabama, Georgia, Mississippi, and North Florida. Offering pest control, wildlife control, lawn care. Call 877-KNOX-PEST. Visit KNOXPest.com. Knox knocks them out 14-7. Alabama outscored Wisconsin in the third quarter. Now it's the Crimson Tide 35 and the Wisconsin Badgers 10. Today's game presented by Everwood, the official treated lumber of Alabama Athletics. Everwood, wood treated right. We're continuing live inside the Alabama Credit Union broadcast booth where you can feel good about your money. And coming up in just a moment, Chris Stewart, we will hear one of the top traditions in college football. They are about to jump around here at Camp Randall Stadium.
Look, man, I got to tell you, I love the Bonanza sponsorship music, but it's topped only by this. Is this. Thank goodness he's already got his reads in, because there ain't no way Roger Hoover has the breath to get these in, and you can feel the joint jumping, and that includes our booth as well. The young and Roger Hoover jumping around. The heart rate could come.
Oxygen.
You look like me 5 years ago, partner.
Cool, 162 right now.
Yeah. Okay, Bama up big, 35-10. Start of the fourth quarter. Wisconsin, pressure coming from the edge. Ball knocked on the deck. Scramble for it. Badgers get it. What a play from the backside by Alabama's Damon Payne Jr. Big number 44, I believe it was. Came around, was it 4-4 or 3-4?
It was Q Robinson.
Okay.
Damien, did you see the twist stunt that they took that happened?
Alabama able to bring the pressure, and yeah, Q Robinson swatting that one down. It is third and a bunch, more than 20. Pressure coming, pass is complete, but a tackle is made, and that's going to be Red Morgan who makes the stop. It will be fourth down and about 14 upcoming, in the Tide turning the Badgers away again.
Boy, heck of a job, though, by Q Robinson. Had one-on-one coming from the right side of Alabama's defensive front and was able to use that speed to get around the blocker. Not only that, stripped it from the quarterback. Had he not been getting held at the time, probably would have recovered it.
Bama almost blocked the punt, as that was going to sail way out of bounds. And somebody got a souvenir. Tide is one more touchdown away, I believe, from making folks completely jump around and find their car keys. The student section is being vacated rapidly as the Tide leads it 35-10 with 13:47 to go. Only a 14-yard punt there from the Badgers. Alabama able to really play impressive football in this game, Tyler Watts, today. Even early, when it was very much a slugfest, finishing the first half strong and also big to start the third quarter.
And what's really important, Kane Womack made it a personal challenge with this defensive unit. Very disappointed they didn't get any turnovers last week versus South Florida. It has been a point of emphasis all week long. Already 2 with the ball on the ground a third time. This defense is playing lights out offensively. Need to find ways, or need to just make sure they continue to find ways to be productive on first down. We see how explosive they can be with the playmakers that they have, but a little more consistency is what you're working towards.
Interesting around the country as we take a look at our scoreboard, brought to us by
Alabama Power.
Thank you. I'm sorry for catching off guard. I thought I'd look to the boss. By golly, I figured he had it memorized. all on the all up there in the noggin.
Yes, Florida State starting to move with the football again. That surprising score out of Tallahassee. Memphis off to a 2-0 start this year, leading 20-9 against FSU, as that game still has 12:18 remaining in the fourth quarter. But taking a look around the Southeastern Conference on this Saturday, against some conference matchups, including Columbia, South Carolina, where it's starting to get a little tighter. South Carolina 24, LSU 22, 6:47 still to go in the third quarter. And then coming up later will be Texas A&M against Florida, and of course Georgia against Kentucky. But especially that score out of Tallahassee, really the big news of the day.
Yeah, you're right. And South Carolina leading 16th ranked LSU, as you said, only 24-22 as they are midway through the third quarter. Also, Missouri in a battle with Boston College in Columbia, as that just saw the start of the third quarter where Mizzou was able to add a touchdown and make it a 24-14 advantage, but still a pretty good ball game there in Columbia right now. But Alabama also very impressive at Wisconsin, a 35-10 lead. 13:47 remains in the fourth quarter of this contest. Richard Young, the running back, to the right side of Jalen Milroe, who operates as always from the pistol. He will hand it off to Young, who cuts it back, goes right after bursting through the middle of an opening there in the interior of the line, and gets about 5-6 yards on the play. Caden Proctor running interference on what they say now is a 7-yard pickup. 2nd and 3 upcoming. Back on the ground to Young. Back with success between the tackles and moving the sticks again. Another bank first. First down for Alabama inside the 40 of Wisconsin.
And this is what you're wanting to do to the defense. Jalen Milroe does not have to pull the ball, but the very threat that he made prevents that backside defensive end from crashing down on that handoff.
7-yard pickup for Young as Alabama will run it the same spot again. Not quite as much success. Back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard at the most. And Richard a little slow to get up. In fact, he's still laying on the artificial turf on his back at the moment. Richard Young, the redshirt freshman from Lehigh Acres, Florida. 5'11", 216, played at Lehigh Senior High School. And while they attend to him, we'll take the break as well. 12:45 to go. Fourth quarter of action in Madison. Bama leading Wisconsin 35-10 here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Sports not only bring us together, they inspire us on our own health journeys. Whether we're walking an extra lap, crushing a new goal, or spending time with friends cheering in the stands, we all win when we feel healthier and happier. That's why Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Alabama is a proud sponsor of athletic programs across the state. Because a healthier Alabama is a happier Alabama. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Alabama. We cover what matters.
Alabama football lives here.
Let's get out of here.
This is Alabama Crimson Tide football from Learfield.
Here at Payless Drugs, we continue to be just what the doctor ordered. We know getting the medicine you need is especially important during these unique times. And for your safety and convenience, we offer a drive-through at every location. Plus, we have prescription delivery and contactless pickup at all locations. Now's the time to take care of your immunization needs. Stop by any of our convenient locations today.
Just what the doctor ordered. Payless Drugs.
1225 is your ultimate game day destination. Catch the game on one of their 35 big screen high-def TVs, combined with an extensive menu of mouth-watering food and refreshing drinks. Juicy burgers, crispy wings, craft beers, signature cocktails. 1225, where the energy is high, the screens are massive, and the excitement is contagious. Visit 1225 on the Strip in Tuscaloosa, less than 2 blocks from Bryant-Denny Stadium. 1225 Sports Bar, where sports, food, and fun collide.
12:45 left to go in the third quarter. The fourth quarter now. 35-10, Crimson Tide leading the Wisconsin Badgers here in Madison. We just had an injury timeout brought to you by Andrews Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Center, the official sports medicine provider for the Alabama Crimson Tide. Did see Richard Young get up on his feet. He was helped to the Crimson Tide sideline and into the injury tent, where he will receive further treatment from the Alabama training staff. But again, good to see Young at least get up on his feet and be helped back to the Alabama sideline. Crimson Tide have not picked up an interception today, but for every Bama interception, participating Chick-fil-A restaurants in Alabama donate $1,000 to Children's of Alabama as our Picks for Kids partner. So far this year, 2 picks for Bama. That means $2,000 for Children's of Alabama. A special thank you to the Chick-fil-A locations in Alabama who are supporting Children's of Alabama this year.
Crimson Tide trying to completely put this one away if they haven't done so already. Up 35-10 with 12:45 to go in the third quarter of play. Justice Haynes in the ball game now with Richard Young exiting due to that injury. Wasn't putting much weight on the right leg, it appeared, as a flag and whistles come in. Let's see what they've got here.
Ball start. Offense, number 52. 5-yard penalty, second down.
Tyler Booker says, who, me? Fourth time that Bama has been flagged, total of 40 yards in this game. .12:34 and ticking, time left. Emmanuel Henderson, Caleb Odom are 2 of the 3 wideouts, split right. Milroe taking his time, looking to the sideline to get the call. And we've got a whistle and a timeout. I don't think Coach DeBoer is very happy right now as the play clock was winding down. It's a 30-second timeout, as you heard the official say. Tyler, this is another learning opportunity. You've got this game, barring something catastrophic. But Kalen DeBoer wants to see this team stay sharp and go into the bye week with momentum and not just kind of coast its way there.
Sure, and he's trying to teach them to kind of set the tone, be leaders out there on the field and organize and run this thing efficiently. You know, all the way around, though, he wants to call his play, you know, break the huddle quicker, get up to the line so they can assess the defense, get the call in, communicate it, execute. Let's go.
That's what Bama's about to do. It's about to go from the line of scrimmage. As the timeout's over, again, Haynes, the running back, to the right side of Milroe with 3 wideouts left. Jalen claps his hands, gets the snap. On second and a bunch, looks left, has a man down there, but it's going to be incomplete. Boy, was that a misread on his part? Go ahead.
It's a tough one because you have the safety in a bind. He has to make a decision on it, what direction he's going to go. I think it was Ricardo Holman. Did he stay on the seam route or did he go to the exterior? I think the ball needed to be thrown quicker so it could hit that hole. But it's not necessarily a bad read. It's just got to get there quicker.
3rd down and about 14 upcoming. Bama 6 of 10 on 3rd downs. 2 wide outs each side. Looking Milroe, firing right side, has a man. That's going to be incomplete. He was trying to connect with Emmanuel Henderson Jr., but it hits off his hands and falls incomplete. That was a tight window he was trying to connect with and could not bring it in.
You know, at this stage of the game also, might as well go for the 1st down as opposed to just picking up a 5 or 6 yard line, because that's still probably out of field goal range and you're forced to punt.
James Burnip in this game has been incredible. 56-yard average on 3 punts so far. Tyrell Henry, the deep man, will watch this one sail towards the corner and go out of bounds inside the 15. What a great punt from Burnip. Let's see where they spot it, though. They're going to say the 9-yard line. That's another great punt from the Bama kicker. As we've got timeout on the field, 11:53 remains, only 34 yards. It doesn't tell the story on the punt. The scoreboard does tell a good story, though. 35-10, Alabama with a lead here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
This season, don't let your home comfort fumble. Brown Cooling, Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical is a proud partner of Alabama football and has been delivering the highest standards in home comfort across Birmingham for over 60 years. If you're looking for a great team and elite service from a quality company that cares, you can't miss with Brown in Birmingham. Score big this fall with Brown Cooling, Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical. Visit brownheatingandcooling.com/specials to save on your next service. Roll Tide.
Big Al, Rammer Jammer, and the $1 Million Band. This is Alabama Crimson Tide football from Learfield.
Your moment has arrived. It's time to shed the normal day-to-day version of yourself and let your most fabulous self loose. Make your way to Wind Creek Atmore, because whatever your idea of fabulous is, this is where you'll find it. Wind Creek Atmore. It's your kind of fabulous. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Ready to rev up your engines and feel the excitement at Barkley Buick GMC Cadillac. We've got the perfect ride to match your style and adventure. Visit us at our showroom at Skyland Boulevard and let our friendly team help you find the vehicle of your dreams. Barkley Buick GMC Cadillac, where hometown pride and unbeatable deals collide. Drive with passion with Barkley. Visit us today or check us out online at barkleygmc.com.
Barkley makes it easy.
11:53 left to go in Madison. The Crimson Tide with a 35-10 lead against the Badgers of Wisconsin. Best move of the game presented by Old Dominion Freight Line. Old Dominion works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. How about the running once again of Jalen Milroe? 2 more rushing touchdowns, 2 rushing touchdowns in the first 3 Crimson Tide football games of the season. Great start to the year for Jalen Milroe. Attendance figures courtesy of ATIC. Official attendance for today's game, a sellout of 76,057 fans. ATIC, proud sponsor of the game's attendance. ATIC says thank you to all ticket-holding Crimson Tide fans.
Thank you, Roger Hoover. Alabama with the football, Wisconsin with the football from their own 9-yard line. Alabama the 35-10 lead as Ches Malusi gets the carry left side, stretches forward across the 15. And they'll say he was down right there, so it'll be second down and about 4 upcoming. Deontay Lawson with a stop for the Crimson Tide. The Alabama defense today has been very good again. Jihad Campbell leading the way with 8 tackles. Lawson and Malachi Moore with 7 each. A couple of forced fumbles, 3 of them actually by Bama. And they've done a good job with takeaways in this one as the handoff goes right side. Malusi will cut it back inside the tackle, and Jordan Renaud, the 6'4" redshirt freshman from Sarasota, Florida, gets the stop as we pause 10 seconds For station identification, this is the Crimson Tide Sports Network. Third down and 3 upcoming for Wisconsin. Operating from their own 16-yard line. 2 wideouts left, 1 right. Single setback. Looking to throw and having it knocked away. It's batted around and on the deck, and Wisconsin came up with it. And oh man, we almost had a big man touchdown coming up right there for the Crimson Tide.
Boy, Edric Hill was the one that got to the quarterback, Braden Locke. Great coverage downfield. Locke wanted to get rid of the ball quicker, but couldn't.
Edric Hill, the second-year freshman from Kansas City.
It was actually, I'm sorry. It was actually Pierre who knocked the ball loose. Edric Hill almost had the interception.
Correct. So on 4th and 3, the Badgers punt it away. And the deep man is Ryan Williams. Gets it at the 44, cuts it back, stays on his feet, and then gets brought down at the 36-yard line. Ryan Williams, his first punt return as a member of the Crimson Tide, almost created even more excitement here inside Camp Randall for the folks wearing that crimson shade of red. Alabama will have it from the Badgers 37-yard line, 1st and 10. Milrow with Jam Miller in the backfield to his right. They bring a man in motion. They'll fake it to him. Milrow downfield has a man. It is caught. Touchdown, Josh Cuevas. Alabama adding to its lead with 10:05 to go.
Boy, beautiful play call there off of the speed sweep. You got Kendrick Law going in motion, and then everyone's thinking it's the same old, same old. Dupree is one of the tight ends, Cuevas the other. They split the safeties. Who is put in a bind, doesn't know what to do. He's wrong either way, and Cuevas is found wide open down the seam.
The Washington transfer out of Los Angeles scores his first touchdown in an Alabama uniform. And now once again Nicholson on to try the extra point. Boots it through perfectly, and the Tide is rolling with a 42-10 lead here in Madison, Wisconsin. And Alabama eclipses 40 points in each now of its first 3 games of the season. Make no mistake, after the bye, it gets a whole lot tougher. Alabama with upcoming games, September 28th at home against Georgia, in Nashville against an improved Vanderbilt team, at home against South Carolina October 12th, and the Gamecocks currently have the lead in their contest over LSU. It's at Tennessee the 3rd Saturday in October, and then a top 10 Missouri squad to end the month of October. That's before we even talk about road trips to Baton Rouge and to Norman, Oklahoma. Translation, ton of football to be played, but it's been a heck of a start for Kalen DeBoer as head coach of the Crimson Tide.
Well, 3-0 is better than 2-1 or any other number combination, but this is a team that has a lot of upside and potential of what they can become over the course of the season.
Benny Anthony, the deep man, is once again Connor Talty's ready to kick off for Alabama. Another booming kick that will sail into and on the bounce stay in the end zone as the Tide, with 10:05 to go, enjoys its 32-point lead here in Madison, Wisconsin. I was hopeful for this. I'm not going to say I was exactly expecting this. Heck of a showing by Alabama, trying to finish it strong in the last 10 minutes.
Well, Alabama didn't come out running the ball trying to end this game. It looks like Wisconsin is not going to do the either, going in 5 wide.
Now they bring a man into the backfield. Darian Dupree, the single setback to the right of the quarterback, Braden Locke. They'll hand it off to him, and Dupree gets literally upended, kept his feet, or thought he had. He may have just had the equilibrium completely messed up, though, as he kept the legs churning after getting spun around in midair. Caden Jones, the Mike linebacker for Alabama, freshman out of Asheville, North Carolina, is the one that upended him. Jones wearing number 30, 6'4", 232. Handoff again goes to Dupree, and no running room again as he gets wrapped up and brought down again by not only Jones, but also Jordan Renaud, the second-year freshman from Sarasota, Florida. And Luke Fickle would love to see these final 9 minutes and 12 seconds run as fast as they can. Badgers just 2 of 12 on third downs. 4 wideouts available for quarterback Braden Locke. Gets the shotgun snap, fires, pass incomplete. He was trying to connect with Kekahuna. Trek Kekahuna, who I refuse to say his name rapidly. Not able to come up with that one.
Well, it was good coverage, though, by Justin Jefferson and Bray Hubbard at that safety position. It was a tight window to be able to needle that one in.
Jalen Mbakwe, the deep man, waiting on the punt. Upcoming from Atticus Bertrams. The left-footed Australian boots a low line drive away, and Mbakwe will watch this one hit. Is he going to pick it up? I hope he doesn't. Wisely, the freshman gets away. Boy, he wanted to feel that so bad, and I can't blame him. But now he's going to understand why he should have just gotten the heck away from it.
Yeah, the coaches are on his case. Get away from that ball. Coach Gillespie was on him.
And if Coach G didn't get him, Kalen DeBoer was going to. he was heading out there as well. 8:39 to go. Bama football, and looks like we do have a change at quarterback upcoming. Ty Simpson had a snap in the first half when Milroe lost his helmet for one play. But now the third-year sophomore out of Martin, Tennessee, will be joined in the backfield by Daniel Hill. And 3 wideouts to his left. I would imagine we'll see a pretty good dose of Hill here in the backfield. As we say that, Daniel does have his number called, and he stretches across the 15 to about the 16-yard line. 42-10, Alabama leading comfortably over Wisconsin. Again, this was a 14-3 game late in the first half. But with under a minute to go, Bama was able to put a touchdown on the board, 2-play drive, followed by getting the football to start the third quarter, and the Tide tacked on another quick TD, and it was all over. Bama swings it near side. Good pass from Simpson to Caleb Odom.
Really nice timing. Ball, as Caleb Odom was coming out of his break, the ball was already in the air, delivered on target.
Is that the biggest key with players new into the game, regardless of how many years? Is it the timing aspect? Obviously, they've all got talent at this level.
You're always wanting to see that. They don't have quite as many reps throughout the course of the week, so that's the improvement you're wanting to see when they get their opportunity to get in here. Are they seeing the defense correctly or delivering the ball accurately on time?
Hill will get the handoff and tries to go right, but gets brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Aaron Witt making the hit for Wisconsin.
That's one where Ty should be reading the backside defensive end, and that should be a pull.
Gino Vandemart in at center now, replacing Parker Brailsford. A couple of other changes as well we'll give you in a moment. Olaus Alinen, I believe, is in at left guard. Maybe a tackle, actually, as the pass is swung out right side, and the catch is made across the 30-yard line. Caleb Odom again making the catch on the nice throw from Ty Simpson. We were talking about it last week and the week before. you could see how much he's improved, Tyler, since last year, talking about Simpson.
Oh, yeah, it's just his understanding of everything that's going on around him, sense of urgency, not being intimidated by the bullets flying. You can tell he has grown accustomed to the speed of the game.
Rock Montgomery in out of Anniston, Alabama. Alinen and Miles McVeigh, a redshirt freshman from East St. Louis, Illinois, also in the game for Bama. As Bama dumps it off across the middle. Nice throw again from Simpson, able to connect with his intended receiver on the play. That's Rico Scott, another one of those really good freshmen that, frankly, there's just not enough footballs to go around at the moment, but they will over the course of the year.
And as these guys continue to develop, and these are meaningful reps that they're going to use to build a foundation to improve on in the future.
1st and 10, Bama. Daniel Hill, the running back. Simpson, the quarterback, from the pistol. Brings his running back to his left before the snap. Now claps his hands. Quick out pass goes to Scott near side. Scott getting to the 45 before he is bumped out of bounds. They'll keep the clock running as he got to the 46-yard line. 5:19 and moving, time left. Bama up big, 42-10 here in Wisconsin. 7-yard gain on that play to Scott. Rico Scott, we're talking about, the freshman from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, 6 feet, 200 pounds.
And it wouldn't be surprised at all if Coach DeBoer and this offensive staff continue to run their offense until they get inside the 30, 20-yard line, then probably resort just back to running football.
Simpson keeping it himself on the option, gets shoved out of bounds, and thankfully, look, I know people are looking at this going, hey, he got hit by somebody out of bounds, but that guy did him a favor. He was about to run right into a cooler and maybe even a bench area if he didn't get bumped a little bit.
Well, that's my fault because I told him on the previous play or so to pull it, and he did, and only picked up a short gain.
3rd and a foot upcoming. Simpson's fine, by the way. 2 wideouts left. Hill to the right side of Simpson, who gets the snap, hands it off, and Hill will fight forward to get the first down just across the midfield stripe into Alabama territory, or Wisconsin territory, I should say, for Alabama. And the Crimson Tide looking really strong right here. New running back in the game, J.R. Gardner, seeing action for the first time this season for Alabama, the sophomore out of Gulf Shores. Say that, I believe he got a carry or 2 against Western Kentucky in the opener. Saw him a lot in the spring. Gardner still in the backfield as the pass will be swung out right side and off the hand of the intended receiver, Caleb Oden, the freshman from Carrollton, Georgia. Not quite able to reel it in, but it wasn't from a lack of effort.
Boy, he stuck that left hand out and had it until he went to the ground. Almost another great one-handed catch.
I love these plays. Yes, they're throwing it, but these are almost extended runs. They're not throwing it downfield. They're throwing it to the edge, just trying to get into the hands of these receivers and see if they can make a play. 3:36 on the clock as it stopped with the incompletion. I think Hill's back in the game. Handoff goes to him, and he's stacked up, spun around, and gets back to the 49, but no more than that. Darrell Peterson making the stop for Wisconsin. It'll be 3rd and long upcoming right here.
Really haven't attacked the middle of the field now that Wisconsin goes to a split safety. So 2 guys back. Middle potentially could be open.
Ty Lockwood in the ball game for Alabama. Also in at wideout right side, Bubba Hampton. He's in the slot on the right side of the formation. 2 men are split wide left. Simpson stepping up in the pocket, gets brought down. Sacked on the play. The first time today that Alabama's quarterback has been sacked. Looked like it was Christian Allegro, the linebacker, who made the stop, and Bama will have to punt it with 2:37 and ticking time left. Have to be content with a 42-10 advantage. Burnham on to punt again. He's been sensational. 56-yard average, even with a 34-yarder earlier. Fair catch called for and made at the 11-yard line. 56 more yards in terms of the length of the kick, but you wipe away the 11 from the line of scrimmage, and then the punter's formation. It's a 45-yard net kick there. But again, even the kicks that have been less than 50 yards have been placed perfectly, pinning the opposition inside their own 12-yard line.
Had one inside right at the 5-yard line, another one at the 9.
He's been terrific.
He's grown since last year. He's you didn't think he needed to improve a whole lot, but boy, has he improved.
Darian Dupree, the lone running back, as we're just trying to get to the finish line in this one. The handoff goes to Dupree, cuts it back, spins off a pile of would-be tacklers, and keeps fighting forward, gets a gain of 8 on that play.
This is the 2-minute timeout. Timeout on the field.
2-minute warning. Final break for us as well in game. 42-10, Bama leading it. We're back to Madison to wrap it up, at least regulation play, that is, on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Today's highlight is brought to you by Toyota. At home or on the road, they're never the underdog. Toyota, let's go places. Get $2,000 in loyalty cash bonus on a new 2024 Toyota Tundra. Offer valid through September 30th, 2024. Offer entitles current Tundra customers to $2,000 loyalty cash bonus on the retail purchase or lease of any new 2024 Tundra gas or hybrid vehicle. Cash may be used only toward down payment or capitalized cost reduction on the new vehicle. See dealer for details.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's huddle up and make things happen with the only cards for T-Town. The University of Alabama Regions Visa Debit Card and Prepaid Regions Now Card. They're a win for your wallet and a big roll tide, whether you're purchasing stuff for game day or every day. Want to go all in on confidently showing your Tide pride? Order your card now at regions.com/GoBama. Regions, official bank of the SEC. Member FDIC. Terms, conditions, and fees apply.
Hey, Crimson Tide fans, the 2024 football season is here, and SeatGeek is here to help you experience all the action. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be a part of all the touchdown celebrations this season. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to Alabama football games or to any other live event in your area, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of the Alabama Crimson Tide. The most disruptive idea in ticketing? A ticket that works. Expect the expected. SeatGeek.
2 minutes to go in Madison, Wisconsin. The Alabama Crimson Tide 42, the Wisconsin Badgers 10. Make sure you stay with us after the ball game for the region's 5th quarter show and the post-game press conference with head coach Kalen DeBoer, brought to you by Tri-Green Equipment, your John Deere dealer for North Alabama and Middle Tennessee. Crimson Tide with a 42-10 lead. Alabama outscoring Wisconsin 21-7 in this second half, as once again, Tyler, Alabama both offensively, defensively, special teams. This has been a solid performance.
And it's really started with that defensive unit, getting a couple of takeaways, and offensively explosions through the air as well as on the ground. They've looked pretty dynamic on both sides of the ball.
Wisconsin will have second and a long 2 yards upcoming for the first down. Alabama with a touchdown late in the half to make it 21-3 at the break, followed by another touchdown as the Tide got possession first to begin half number 2. Really putting it away from that point. Darian Dupree still in at running back for Wisconsin. Two wideouts left, one right. Handoff to Dupree, nowhere to go. Stacked up, spun around, and brought down. A host of crimson helmets there to apply the tackle. Justin Okoronkwo from Munich, Germany.
Boy, he looks good, doesn't he?
He does indeed. 6'3", 228. He's of Nigerian descent, who was born in Germany. Third and a yard. They'll get to the line of scrimmage, pick up a yard, not much more, but that's all that Darian Dupree needed. He was the Chicago Sun-Times Player of the Year coming out of Mount Carmel High School. Fresh set of downs for the Badgers, as that is their 17th first down of the game. Bama has had 18. That's about the last place where we've been similar statistically. Great tackle as stacking up the runner was Okoronkwo once more. He did not give up any ground, did he?
No, he did not. Heck of a job down there. Jeremiah Beeman also in on the tackle. Saw that 92. Hadn't heard from Damian in a while. Wasn't sure.
Running left side, Badgers will get about 7 yards. Okoronkwo will make the stop as the final 10 seconds are going to tick away. And Kalen DeBoer will rush across the field to meet Luke Fickle, shake his hand, and then find television, which wants to get his thoughts after the Tide rolls to an impressive 42-10 victory over Wisconsin here in Madison this afternoon. Roger Hoover will lead things the rest of the way. I'm Chris Stewart. Thank you for joining us. Post-game coverage comes your way in a moment on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
The passion, the tradition, the rivalries. Sirius XM is your destination for all things college sports, and we've got you covered. On SEC Radio, there is complete coverage of every school in the conference, including live games, plus 24/7 talk and analysis. So cheer along on the Sirius XM app and listen to your favorite team anywhere. And now you can get 3 months of Sirius XM free. Subscribe now. See offer details at SiriusXM.com/SEC Sports.
Producing championship quality lumber is not an easy process, but at Everwood Preserving, it's our only process. Wood treated right. Everwood offers top-notch pressure-treated wood for decks, outdoor structures, commercial jobs, and more that you can build your reputation on. When it comes to quality, we're on the winning team. Visit your local Everwood dealer today and discover the difference for yourself. Everwood Preserving Incorporated, the official lumber of the Alabama Crimson Tide.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's huddle up and make things happen with the only cards for T-Town. The University of Alabama Regions Visa Debit Card and Prepaid Regions Now Card. They're a win for your wallet and a big roll tide, whether you're purchasing stuff for game day or every day. Want to go all in on confidently showing your Tide pride? Order your card now at regions.com/GoBama. Regions, official bank of the SEC. Member FDIC. Terms, conditions, and fees apply.
The Lilly Company is your local supplier for Toyota and Clark Industrial Forklift Trucks. With 6 locations in Alabama, the Lilly Company offers new, used, and rental equipment, as well as being an authorized parts and service dealer. More than just lift trucks, the Lilly Company is your one-stop shop when it comes to equipping your business or warehouse with the latest and most innovative material handling products and time-saving solutions. Check us out at LillyForklifts.com, proud partner of the Alabama Crimson Tide.